Yes. It's Raphael Dawkins, Combat Radio. Uno momento. We're in two places at the same time. Let me kill the noise on that one. Okay. And we are live. It's going to be a good one tonight. It's going to be a good one tonight, as per usual. TommyTemper reckons I'm taking a nap. Okay. Greetings, everyone, everybody. Okay. We're going to have a good show tonight. We're going to have a real good show tonight. It's Raphael Dawkins, Combat Radio. It's the live boxing talk with Raphie. It's the live show. It's the podcast. And as usual, we're going to warm in. Yes, Ross Clot. I saw one of your videos earlier today. Very, very good indeed. Very good indeed. The area is being populated. Yeah, we're going to get to that, Shahid. We're going to get to that. But, we're going to warm in the way we normally warm in. Regulars will know. We play a short video to allow the area to populate. Populate the area. You need to populate the area. Okay, I'm just looking now, scrolling through. I'm going to pluck a couple of people to jump on, share their thoughts at some point during the show. Where are we? I'm looking for one. I'm looking for a video for you guys. Looking for a short one. Looking for a short one. Looking for a short one. Okay, let's listen. Who wants some Deontay Wilder? Who wants to kick off with a little bit of Deontay Wilder? Little bit of Deontay Wilder. Let's go. Let's share this. It's one of the oldies but goodies. Let's hit the screen share. Okay. And share. Not so fast. Let's get the volumes up. Kill the music. For now. Where are we? Okay. And let's go.
We got to a certain point in time when they were stalling about signing the contract that was already sent a week ago. When he was stalling for signing that, we knew some signs was wrong. And we knew it was a problem when Frank wasn't answering his phone anymore.
Yes. It's Raphael Dawkins, Combat Radio, with another one. Fury is not a champ, says Deontay Wilder, WBC heavyweight champion. Now, in an interview today with Sirius XM Boxing, Deontay Wilder went in on Tyson Fury. And today, We're going to be looking at some of his acerbic statements. Let's go.
You know, it wasn't no reason for him not to answer. When he wasn't answering, we knew something was up. And because he had the contract, Fury had the contract in his face for a week. You know, to get the rematch on, it was a 50-50 deal. So, you know, nothing was wrong with the contract. Everything was good. We got to have the first fight. You know, it was easy. We made a fight. The second week, felt like it was going to be the same, which it was. But Fury did not want to fight me. Fury signed the ESPN deal to run away from me.
Fury signed the ESPN deal to run away from Wilder, says Wilder.
He can't go nowhere. Where he's going to go? He's not a champion. He didn't win the fight. Fury used all this bullshit and he's going to fight himself to get people to try to sign him, you know. And now he's going back to his own way, trying to back out of things or whatever. But what he doesn't realize is he is not a champion yet.
Right.
Fury is not a champion. That's a very interesting statement from Deontay, because the first fight was built as champion v. champion. Deontay Wilder being the WBC champion, and Tyson Fury allegedly the lineal champion. I say allegedly because, as some of you may know, and some of you may not know, Fury retired, did he not? He quit the game when he came under suspension, when he was suspended for substance abuse found in his system, cocaine, nandrolone, which is a steroid. So Fury retired. Now, he went up for hearing the British Boxing Board of Control, where he accepted a retroactive suspension for the cocaine in his system and the steroids in his system. Now, a lot of people think that it was just cocaine in his system, but no. Go back, check the records. There was also nandrolone in his system, to which he pleaded guilty. But back on track, that's just the backstory. Deontay Wilder was very adamant in his suggestion. He was champ v. champ. But if the so-called lineal champion retires and is suspended due to substance abuse, then that poses a very interesting question. Is it champ v. champ, or champ v. ex-lineal, or is it current lineal? That's an interesting discussion. Let us move on.
I'm the champion of America. All these guys get
The world, of the world.
I'm the champion of America, says Deontay Wilder. That's very interesting and a telling statement. Is he a world champion, or does he view himself as champion of America, as he suggested, as he just clearly stated? Was it a slip of the tongue, or is that how he actually really views himself? Let us move on.
World.
Of the world. And all these guys getting deals is based off of in the potential of fighting me. If I don't let Tyson Fury, again, just say I say, well.
All these people getting deals are getting deals off the potential of fighting Wilder. That's a highly ridiculous statement when Wilder himself, before the emergence of Anthony Joshua, was pretty much the Invisible Man. Did you ever watch that program or the film, The Invisible Man? Yeah. Is he the Invisible Man, or is he the Shrinking Man? That was another film, The Shrinking Man, old school film. Yeah, because his weight keeps on going lower and lower and lower. The closer he gets to a fight with Joshua, with the extensive testing, dude keeps on dropping weight. What's that all about? Let's move on.
If you don't want to fight, then I'll go to someone else. We don't know who. But if I go with that attitude and say that, then ESPN is going to be very hurt. Their stuff is going to be hurt, you know. Because Barry is a boring fighter. The only thing he got good is his mouth. And the only reason people laugh is because they're laughing at him and not with him because there's a British accent.
Oh, they're laughing at him and not with him because of his British accent. Is that so? I don't think so. Who's better on the mic? You or Fury? Fury's the best on the mic, perhaps of all the heavyweights. He might get a run for his money with Dillian, although Dillian sounded a little sour recently, but still he's up there. Fury's up there. Could be on top. Dillian's up there. He's good on the mic. Who else is good on the mic in the heavyweights? Yeah, I'll give Wilder his due. He talks a lot, but how much substance is behind that which he says? Let us move on.
Coming over here in this country, that's it. Other than that, he's a very, very boring fighter. Once he starts fighting, people ain't gonna deal with it, especially not over here in America. Now, Fury is reneging.
He's a boring fighter. Well, I don't think there's many people who've ever claimed that Fury is a scintillating fighter. That's for sure. Now we're talking about reneging.
Another no-no we don't deal with here in America. When you talk about all that stuff, and then you don't bag it up, and then you go the other way and you do it on purpose, people don't like that, man.
Reneging. Did you not sign a deal, Deontay? Or did you not agree to a deal to fight Joshua? You said you did. You agreed. But you reneged. The very same thing you're accusing Fury of doing, which he did. You reneged. You reneged too. Wilder.
In this country, we don't go off of moral victories. I'm not going off of moral victories. You know how many people told me how I knocked them out and how Jerry Reese cheated and how he was on that game and how many times people just told me they just kept count and all this and the clock and stuff. I could have easily went off of moral victories and said, well, I don't need to fight you no more. Because I done beat you. I knocked you out.
I don't beat you. I knocked you out. Well, that was your draw then. Fury got a draw in America. Remember that. Remember that, Wilder. Talking about reneging, when you reneged, you said Fury was a champ, and now he's not a champ. Can you make up your mind, Deontay Wilder? Are you bipolar? Because something's going on. It's Raphie Dawkins, Combat Radio. Like, subscribe, comment, and share. And I'm out.
Stop sharing. Okay, and we're back. We're back. Where's the music? Where is the music? Okay. Let's get these levels right. That's good. Okay. So we are warmed up. There are plenty of people in the area. So we begin. Okay. Let's do the roll call. Ahmed in the house. Bright and early. TommyTemper. Let's go, champ. Yeah, I'm not going to demote you just yet, Tommy. Not going to demote you just yet. Just keeping an eye on you. Toby Bartlett is in the house. John Dealey, bright and early. Ross Clot is in the house, in the building. Aaron Mason is in the building. Loma King, yes, yes, yes. Shahid Soleil. Box. Hamid says still no wrench. Box is in the building. Toby Tyler says Joshua was knocked out in sparring prior to the Ruiz fight. Apparently, that's what's being reported in the UK, says Toby Bartlett. No, Toby Tyler. So we got Toby Bartlett and Toby Tyler. Two Tobys. Marty Fieldman is in the building. Breeze, how'd you pronounce that? Sino. I'm gonna call you Brees. Brees is in the building. Okay, and that is everybody. That is everybody. Okay, right. So I want to get a couple of people on today. It's the post. It's the first. No, it isn't. It's the post big fight show. The post big fight show. As you know, on the Sunday, where is it? Monday now? Damn. The days are flying. On the Sunday, we did a post fight show. But new information has come forward. New information has come forward. So, Rude Boy from Florida. We have Florida in the building in the form of Rude Boy. Yes, Rude Boy. Good to have you in. Good to have you in. Okay, so it's Monday. Where's AD? Oh, AD is in the building. AD is in the building. Yes, AD. Okay. Okay. So, yesterday, TommyTemper asked if anyone was doing a live. So I duly obliged with 3 lives. 3 lives yesterday. We split them up. Different topics. But we had to come back to the Joshua topic. Because new information has emerged. New information has emerged. New information has emerged about Anthony Joshua. And so we are going to dig in. Bitcoin Boxing is in the building. Chris Wilde is in the building. Okay. Anybody who hasn't smashed that like button, smash that like button. Jalik the leader is in the building. Okay. So we're going to go into it. We are going to dig into the recent news. Hybrid 95 in the building. We're going to dig into the recent news emerging about Anthony Joshua. I just posted a video. Highly contentious. Yes. Indeed. Okay, so where do we begin? I think we're going to have to begin with the dessert. I think tonight we are going to have to begin with the dessert. Okay. Right. I'm going to call up a couple of people. Get them to bounce some ideas off. Bitcoin. Yeah, that's a good question. We're going to go into that. We are going to get into that. I'm going to call up a couple of people so we can get the debate crack-a-lacking. Where are we? Let me go through this. Let me go through the list of people in here. TommyTemper, where are you? Are you available to speak? Are you available for a hangout? Boom, 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 boom. Who else? Who else do I see? Ross Clot. Ross Clot. Are you available for a hangout? Are you available to jump in the hangout? I've seen some of your stuff. Looks good to me. Looks good to me. So people, just allow me to, let's see. TommyTemper is available. So he's the first person to get the link. Uno momento. Bear with me, folks. We're going to get a few people on so we can chew the fat. Let me go down the list. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. TommyTemper. Let me send the link to Tommy. Enter. Hold on. That's not the link. That's not the link. Uno momento. Copy. Paste. Okay. Right. So Tommy's got the link. I need one more. One more. Where are we? Oh, Ross Clark is at the gym training. Toby Bartlett. Spencer Fearon said food poisoning. I'm just having people on who I know at the moment, Jalik the leader. When I become familiar with your stuff, then certainly. But at the moment, I'm just getting people that I know, I'm familiar with at the moment. But thanks for the offer. Thanks for the offer. Who else? Who else? Who else? Where's AD? Where is AD? AD, are you in the building? Is AD in the Is AD in the building? Okay, folks, we're just warming in, just warming in. Just warming in. Search Metro, Anthony Joshua, if you want to see the story. Okay, let me do that. Let me do that. We're going to search the Metro for the latest AJ story. Okay, I got it. I have got it. Got the Metro story. Let me share that with you. Let me share the Metro story with you. Close that. Screen share. Let me close that. Okay, we're sharing the screen. Let's get into this and let's read this. Anthony Joshua knocked out in sparring before shock Andy Ruiz defeat. That's Monday, the 3rd of June, 2019. Okay, so what do we have here? Anthony Joshua was knocked out in sparring before his shock defeat to Andy Ruiz, according to reports. The 29-year-old suffered the first loss of his career on Saturday evening, as he was put down 4 times on the way to a 7th round stoppage at Madison Square Garden. Joshua and his promoter Eddie Hearn insisted after the fight that they were very happy with preparations and the training camp ahead of the contest. The training camp ahead of the contest against Ruiz, who has become the first Mexican heavyweight. Should say Mexican American, but that's cool. That's all right. But according to World Boxing News, Joshua was hurt badly in a sparring session in the build-up to the fight, where he was knocked out by Ajit Kabayal. Kabayal is the current European heavyweight champion, whose record stands at 1909. I've seen this guy before. He's a regular sparring partner of Joshua. Regular sparring partner. There he is. Okay. The 26-year-old German was also one of Joshua's sparring partners before his victory over Alexander Povetkin at Wembley last September. Before his defeat to Ruiz, Joshua was forced to dismiss claims that he had suffered an injury during sparring, as he was seen with a large bruise and a cut on his face. Yeah, I remember that. He was across the nose and the side, by the cheek, or by the eye. The cheek, the eye region. I remember that interview. Said he got it via a massage on his face. I guess a glove on the face is a type of massage, I suppose. When asked about the injuries to his face, Joshua told Seconds Out, "Oh no, that was physio stuff, really. That was just physio stuff. No one really does that to me in sparring and stuff like that. So that was just more like physio stuff. But that's it. That's about it." Asked what he meant by physio stuff, Joshua replied like rehabilitation, recovery. Hearn, however, is adamant that Joshua did not have a problem before the fight. I'd like to tell you, AJ's had a terrible camp. He wasn't focused. But I didn't see that. He worked very hard in training, as he always does. Why would he like to tell you, AJ? I would like to tell you he had a terrible camp. Why would he have a terrible camp? Oh, this was after. This must have been after. This Eddie Hearn quote must have come after the fight. I'd like to tell you had a terrible camp. He wasn't focused, but I didn't see that. He worked very hard in training, as he always does. Joshua's promoter told Talk Sport. I think it was a huge shock for everybody. AJ was probably the calmest person of everybody. I even said it to him today. People said you didn't look right. He replied, I was fine. I just got beat. I just got beat by the better man on the night. I got hit by a shot that I didn't recover from. And that's it. Let's go back again. Back to work. And those were the words of Anthony Joshua. And the story is that he's denying that he got concussed, got a concussion from this guy, Ajit Kabayel, who reportedly concussed AJ in training. Okay, let's stop sharing. Let's stop sharing. Let's come out of that. 1, 2, 1, 2. What's the levels like? Okay, so now we can start examining. Let's first of all, let's see what people had to respond to that. Smash that like button, people. Smash that like button. Let's see how what people responded to that article. Aaron Mason says he can come up with all the excuses under the sun for AJ, but if he doesn't drop 15 to 20 pounds, then the result of the rematch will be the same, says Aaron Mason. Where are we? Oh, TommyTemper's here. I was wondering where he was. TommyTemper. 1, 2, 1, 2. Give me a mic.
I'm here, Raph. Can you hear me?
Good. Sorry, mate. I didn't even realize you was there. Sorry, mate.
No, it's all right. I was just letting you run through the narrative and the story.
Yeah, good stuff, mate. I'm just gonna get through these chats and then we'll bounce some ideas around.
Okay, no problem.
Okay, just gonna get through these chats right here. Okay. Jalik the leader says cool. Ross Clark. Jalik is a solid dude, Raph. I'm sure, my friend. I'm sure as I get to know him over the weeks as he posts in the chat, I will get to know him. Bitcoin, brother moment, I don't. Bitcoin boxing. Search the Metro. Yeah, I took your advice, my friend. Ross Clark says Jalik is a Wilder fangirl, but he's good people in my book. Good to know. Funny. Toby Bartlett. Until Radio with 78. Until Radio till 78. Bitcoin boxing. Kabayel knocked him out. Supposedly. Aaron Mason. When did I get the spanner? You got the spanner for passing your exams. We reward people who pass exams around here, Aaron. Breshkalov, North Buff. Ross Clark. Bitcoin boxing. I doubt the KO affected him. If true, he got hit on the side, top of the head, clocked on the chin. Can put you down, make you dance, leave you exposed to more punishment, unable to recover. Cal L. Temple shot. Cal L. New in the chat. Smash that like button, Cal L. The KO inspiring, if true, would have damaged his confidence, not his performance, says Bitcoin boxing. Well, we're going to get into that Bitcoin boxing and we'll show you what a KO inspiring can do. It's much more than confidence, my friend. That's the least of your worries. Cal L. AJ sticks to the jab in part 2 and finishes Ruiz. Very confident. Very confident. Cal L. AJ looking for the highlight knockout. Got caught badly. Bitcoin boxing. He was under pressure after Wilder's win. If he didn't try to rush Ruiz after the knockdown, after he knocked him down, he would have been all right. Says Bitcoin boxing. Cal L. I hit the like button like a boss. Lace Hatcher is in the building. John Dealey has returned. I think he just had some supper. I like AJ's class. He got beat by the better man on the night. We will see what he's made of in the rematch, says John Dealey. K. Muir. K. Muir. I don't know if you've been in the chat before, my friend, but good to see you. Ruiz showed heart, pressured AJ from the get-go, and AJ couldn't handle it, says K. Muir. The Warrior is in the building. Aaron Mason says, you know, Lord, you will need to tell me what I need to do because I genuinely haven't got a clue about YouTube. Aaron Mason, you asked for the wrench, now you got a wrench, now you got to have to figure it out. No, basically, what am I saying? If someone posts something inappropriate, by inappropriate, I mean something racial slurs, then you click on, let me see, let me test somebody out. You click on the 3 buttons to the right, which you will see of their posts, and then you, if it's a minor thing, then you remove the post. If the person does it again, then you, and it's still relatively minor, then you put them on a timeout. If they, as far as, yeah, just do that. As far as removing someone from the channel, leave that to me. So you'll click on the 3 little buttons you see next to their post, and you have options. Remove the post. If it persists, if it happens again, then it's a timeout. That takes them out of the game for around 10 minutes. Anything other than that, then leave it to me. But just use it sparingly with a light hand, not a heavy hand. Oh, you're at the gym? John Daly's at the gym. Wicked, wicked. Don't forget them legs, John. Work them legs. God of War is in the building. What's good? John Dealey. There were similar rumors about Lucas Brown that he was knocked out in sparring before the White fight. Yes. Yes, yes. I'm going to go deeper into the consequences of receiving a concussion. We're going to go deeper into that. Remove or timeout. Yeah, yeah. Remove. We go for the remove first. That's the first port of call. Fireman is in the building. Bless up. Bless up, Fireman. Oh, apparently it's 5 minutes. Okay. Whatever 300 seconds is. No problem. That's why you passed your exams, Aaron. You figured it out. Marty Fielman. You'll become drunk on the power like Tommy. John Dealey confirms it is leg day today. Absolutely. You don't want them skinny legs. Okay, TommyTemper, come in, my friend.
I'm back, Raph.
Excellente, excellente. I've been spoiled recently. I've been having co-host after co-host after co-host after co-host.
Keeps it interesting.
Yeah, it has been. Who did I have? I think last week I I had the Boxing Jedi on one of the shows last week, and then had him back again on Sunday post-fight, as well as the Boxing Block Center. So it's the first time I've had two guests on at the same time. I think I managed it well. They did well themselves, but these guys have been doing it for years.
They chopped it up quite nicely between the two of them.
They did.
Yeah, and there was a bit of it was interesting because they had a difference of opinion on certain things. I quite like the way it was good.
Well, I like
very
that.
Good.
I like that. It's good to have people with over this side. It's good to have people with their own opinions. I mean, they could have agreed on everything. I don't know, but it turns out they agreed on certain things and disagreed on certain things. Mm-hmm. So that's cool in the gang too. Over this side, people don't have to agree.
Of course.
Over the other side of the pond, oftentimes if you don't agree, you're out.
Revoked.
Over the other side of the pond, if you don't agree, you're out. But over here, it's not like that. It's freedom of expression, so long as people express themselves, in a decent manner. So I'm just going to finish up these last chats, and then I'm going to bring up the topic sheets. Oh, yeah, as I was saying to you, I've been spoiled recently with the guests, various different guests. So, and on such a topic that we're going to get into, so it's good to have differing opinions, or opinions which gel in certain points and differ at certain points. So it's good to have somebody else on such controversial topic. I posted a video up. Sorry, I cut you off. I posted.
No. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I posted a video up, and immediately it got many viewers. Many agreeing, but some disagreeing. So that's fine. I'll check that out later. I can still see my bell icon buzzing, so people are leaving posts over there. Some upset people over there, and we're going to get into that too. Heinrich Schmitz. Yes. Where are we? Padre al-Baghdadi is in the building. Just a quick comment, says Padre. AJ couldn't have picked a nicer man to lose to. I agree. Ruiz is such a modest guy. He should get his Snickers deal anyway. Blessings. Yes, Padre. Okay. You're gonna have to plow through these. Can't believe it's 21:48 already. This is madness. Utter madness. Heinrich Schmitz, what's the topic? There's a full topic sheet here, my friend. But the main topic, the main thread throughout all of these is Anthony, the landlord, Joshua. That's the main thread. That's the main thread. Big Unit is in the building. When you're gonna have FTB up in here? Yeah, I'm gonna work on that. I haven't asked him yet, but I'm gonna work on that. I'm gonna invite him over. You're
gonna have to be nice to him, Raph.
I'm gonna have to be. Well, that was the warm up. The time I was there last, I was very nice. I'm using politricking. That's why I was so nice the last time. No right hooks.
Gentle jabs,
and a couple of rib ticklers. That's all I did. A couple of rib ticklers. Right, where are we? Okay, God of War comments. Aaron Mason says, why was Joshua leaning in with every punch and he was missing most of them, leaving himself exposed? So, okay, this is the time now. The time has come for me to get to my guest today. And we're going to be bouncing ideas. back and forth. Back and forth. No cameo tune. Look it up. No cameo tune. Look it up on your YouTubes. Okay, so where am I? I'm invisible. Whoops. Why am I invisible? Why am I invisible? That's okay to be invisible sometimes. It's okay to be invisible sometimes. Right. First topic. First topic. I think we're going to have to start with dessert and work our way down. I think we're going to change things up today. Right. 28. Okay. Some people haven't smashed the like button. Everybody in the chat smash the like button. And the people not in the chat, don't be afraid to just type your name into the chat. Don't be afraid to smash the like button, and don't be afraid to just say hi. Just say hi. Smash the like button and say hi. I like to know who is just watching but not commenting. It's okay not to comment, but feel free to. It's not a closed group. It's an open group. So if you're watching, feel free to just say hi. Just watching. Yes, much appreciated to all those who have smacked that like button and the people who just have done so. And please continue throughout the show. We're trying to grow this baby. Trying to grow this thing. Slowly but surely, we will get there. Okay, and I will get the interview with Eddie Hearn. That's one of my aims. Okay, so let me just quickly go through the topic sheet and see where we're going to start. Nice one, Toby Bartlett. Let me see. Okay, as a matter of fact, I'm just going to go freestyle, not really picking anything off the list. Just going to start where my head tells me to start. Right. My first topic, Tommy. Wait, have you seen the fight yet? I'm not sure you've seen the fight yet.
I haven't seen every single round, but I've seen all the good highlights of it. Okay.
Did you see Anthony J. Roots is in the building? Big up to you. Smash that like button hard. Did you see AJ's walk into the ring?
No.
Okay. E3 Entertainment Limited, big ups to you. I think it's your first time. I appreciate you just coming in, just saying something. It's good for me to see who is here, just for the hell of it. It's nice to know. So, back to you, Tom. What I'm saying is that on the live commentary, because I did the live show, you were there.
Yeah.
On the live commentary, I was commenting on how strange AJ looked.
I remember that.
You remember that, so I'm not making it up. It's not something that I'm just trying to concoct now. It's there. Anybody who doubts it or disputes it, please feel free to go back to my show, back to the show. What was it called? The commentary, whatever. The AJ live commentary. A live commentary of that card. And I commented multiple times how AJ looked strange. It looked like he was a clone, says E3 Entertainment Limited, for real. No joke. He looked so unusual. It's like, what the hell's going on? I think people everywhere commented on it. It says, what's wrong with AJ? What is wrong with AJ? Raph highlighted AJ was off. John Dealey says, Raph highlighted that AJ was off. I did. At first, I tried to play it off like maybe he looks focused. Yeah, he looks focused. I said, yeah, he looks focused. And in the end, I just had to say what I really saw. And that was he looks tense, unusually tense. He's fought bigger opponents, stronger opponents, more opponents known for their deadly knockouts. He fought the iron, what do you call him? The iron hammer, the steel hammer.
Dr. Steelhammer.
Dr. Steelhammer. And he danced into the ring. He walked in with a smile like it was Notting Hill Carnival, and now he's walking in against Ruiz, who is a very good, very competent fighter, someone who Tommy, I've been praising.
You have.
I've been bigging that for a long time. I've been bigging that guy up from the get-go, saying, yo, anybody overlooking this guy is making a sad mistake. So at no point did I underestimate Ruiz. At no point. I was bigging the guy up. But this isn't revisionist history. I'm not making something up now to fit a new narrative. I said I saw AJ and he looked weird. He looked like I'd never seen him look before. Joe 56984 says ESPN reporter Dan Raphael is saying AJ will not exercise the rematch clause. Now that's interesting, and I'll get into it shortly. This is a long-winded way to get into it, but I say all of that just to say this. AJ did not look himself. Point blank, period, as those guys overseas would say. That's not just because it didn't just come from me. All over social media, all over the web, everyone was saying the same thing. What's wrong with AJ? What's wrong with AJ? And this morning, I woke up because obviously I thought about it the morning, went to bed. What's wrong with AJ? Woke up on the Sunday. Tommy said, is anyone doing a live? I thought, what the hell? What the hell? Why not? So I did a series of two short lives, and then the last one turned into an epic with myself, the Boxing Jedi, and Boxing Block Center. You know, supposed to be like half an hour, ended up in 2 hours. Okay, so Sporting Icons posted this subject today. He said the injury to the face and the knock message could both be treatment for concussion. They perform acupuncture to the cheek for concussion. Yeah, that's perfectly consistent with what I think. Perfectly consistent. So we had that discussion last night, yesterday. Myself, Boxing Jedi, and the Boxing Block Center. Anybody who didn't see that, feel free to go click onto my name in the title, and that will take you to the video option. Go into the videos, and you can play back the conversation, the 2-hour conversation between myself, Boxing Jedi, and Boxing Block Center. And we tried to knock it around, try to get to the bottom of it. What could it be? And I don't think anybody said a concussion. But some people said undertraining. I thought overtraining. Another guy thought something else. So it was all different opinions going around. But I woke up this morning and I remembered a guy called Forrest Griffin in the UFC. Forrest Griffin. Nick Diaz is in the building. Supernaturals is in the building. Wolfpack is in the building. Smash that like button, gentlemen. So I woke up this morning. I remembered a guy called Forrest Griffin. Are you familiar with him, Tommy? Are you familiar with Forrest Griffin?
I'm not. Sorry, Raph. No.
No problem, because he's not a boxer. He's a UFC guy, Forrest Griffin. And the significance of Forrest Griffin is that he went into a fight with Anderson Silva. This was some years ago. He went into a fight with Anderson Silva. He was a light heavyweight, and Forrest Griffin and Anderson Silva a middleweight. Anderson Silva had a dull fight beforehand. I think it was against. Who was it against? Can't remember who it was against. It was in Saudi Arabia or Abu Dhabi, somewhere like. It was Abu Dhabi, not Saudi Arabia. Abu Dhabi, somewhere like that. Or was it Japan? It was somewhere out there. And it was a disappointing fight. He fought very conservatively. Did Anderson Silva very, very conservatively. Nick Diaz, who did Anderson Silva fight over in, was it Abu Dhabi or Japan or somewhere like that? Who did he fight back in the day, Anderson Silva? It was a boring fight. I don't think it was Machida. But it was another Brazilian. It was a Brazilian jiu-jitsu specialist. And Anderson didn't want to go down to the ground. So he fought very, very carefully. Very carefully. So what's the guy's name? the head guy for the UFC, Damian Maia. That's right, Damian Maia. Anderson Silva fought Damian Maia. No, it was Damian Maia over somewhere or in the Far East somewhere, Abu Dhabi maybe. And it was a boring fight because Anderson Silva was very wary of going down to the ground, so he kept it very, very conservative. Anyway, White, Mr. White, what's his first name? Something White. Decided to punish Anderson Silva, who was the middleweight champ at the time, and he put him in with a light heavyweight.
Dana White.
Thank you, Dana White. Decided to punish Anderson Silva, and he put him in with a middleweight. Put him in with a light heavyweight rather, Forrest Griffin. So punish him for the boring fight, for the lackluster fight, and. What happened is Anderson Silva just took the guy apart. He took Forrest Griffin, who was a high-ranking light heavyweight. I think he had won the championship already. Yeah, he'd already won the light heavyweight crown. I think he'd lost it. And they put Anderson Silva up against him as Anderson Silva's punishment. So Griffin was supposed to punish Anderson Silva. What instead happened, I think it was 1 round. The fight lasted 1 round. And Anderson Silva just run a masterclass on him. It was a ridiculous masterclass. I think he dropped Forrest Griffin about 3 times in 1 round. Every time he touched him, Forrest Griffin dropped to the ground. It was the maddest thing. That was a highlight round, not a highlight reel, a highlight round. Just boom, drop, boom, drop, boom, drop. And something that came out after that fight was that Forrest Griffin had been concussed in training. I think Joe Rogan released that news. Forrest Griffin had been concussed in training. Ross Clark says Forrest Griffin wasn't that good. No, he wasn't that good, but he's known for his toughness. He was tough and durable. He was a tough, durable guy. But Anderson Silva dropped him, boom, 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 about 3 times in 1 round before the ref waved it off. What is the significance of that story? Well, the significance of that story is that it transpired later, sometime later, that Forrest Griffin had been concussed in training and he should not have been fighting that night. The remedy for concussion is obviously to go and see a doctor, your neurologist, make sure you haven't got any trapped nerves or anything of that description. Yeah, Aaron Mason, I hear you. It was Madison Square Gardens though, the biggest stage of them all. Absolutely. I'm going to come to that. So Forrest Griffin should not have been fighting. The remedy for a concussion is to go and see your doctor, your neurologist. Make sure you haven't got any trapped nerves, anything of that nature. And almost equal importance to that is no further hits to the head for a period of several months. I'll go deeper. We all remember when Manny Pacquiao got flatlined. Was that by Marquez? When he got knocked dead?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Marquez.
right. That's right. That was Marquez. You remember that punch when he just got knocked dead?
Yeah, everybody remembers that punch.
Everybody remembers that punch. He got knocked dead before our very eyes. It was disturbing. It was lights out. It wasn't like a knockdown. He moved around a bit and where am I? No. Lights out. Everybody remembers that. And then people thought Pacquiao, he can never come back. But what did Pacquiao do? He took some time off, extended time off. And to me, I've been a long time listener for years of Joe Rogan's podcast. I listen to a lot of his neurologists, a lot of his doctors that he has on, a lot of the specialists. the medical specialist. I don't have time for that shizzle now, but back in the day, I used to listen to that stuff when he had the experts on neurologists, the doctors, the nutritionists. I used to listen to that stuff religiously. And one thing that I have come to believe, accept, is that remedy for concussion is time off. Extended time off. Let the brain heal. Let everything get back in place. See your neurologist. No trapped nerves. The massages and what have you. The massages. We come to the massages in the back of the neck. Yeah? Remember the boxing block center yesterday saying, what the hell was going on with the massages to the back of the neck?
Yeah.
Do you remember that? Do you remember that, Tommy? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, we all remember that, and we all laughed. He said, yeah. Why is man getting a neck massage in the why is man getting a neck massage in the round? You expected a Thai lady to pop up in between the rings any second. Why is the man getting a neck massage? I put it to you, ladies and gentlemen. It's because the neurologist told him to do it. Probably told him. I'm gonna get to you, Tommy. We're gonna discuss this thoroughly.
That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, the neurologist told him that massage is a healer. That's why he was getting a massage after getting a concussion. I should have a soundbite machine where I could have given myself a drum roll there. Smash that like button, people. Smash that like button. Any new people watching, please feel to jump in, join in the chat if it's only to say hi. I've already seen some new faces, which I very much appreciate here at Raphael Dawkins Combat Radio. Okay, and finally, after we've gone through all of that, we can get to some questions or points on the topic sheet. The first one says, when we start at the top and we're down, Joshua wasn't right before he got to the ring. Something was wrong in training. Okay, I've just covered that one. So that's the first thing I wrote down. Second thing, Joshua that's a bit deeper. That's controversial. Let's get something less controversial. We come back to that one. Let me mark that one. As something to get to. That's very controversial. Very controversial. Probably save that one for last. Joshua needs to read. No. Tyson was right. AJ needs. No, that's not even pertinent right now. Cherries are valuable. A lot of this stuff isn't even too pertinent right now because it takes us off track. Right, so over to you, Tommy. Right. What do you feel? What is your natural gut feeling? Or how do you feel now? Or how did you feel originally between how you feel now? How do you feel about the news about this concussion?
Well, I'd like to rewind just a little bit to
Absolutely.
How long has AJ been training for this fight?
AJ has been training for this fight now. Well, I can't give an exact figure because it's just my guess, really.
Yeah, roughly. It doesn't have to be exact.
Roughly, standard training camp is probably 12 weeks. That's 3 months, and I suspect he may have done a couple of weeks more than that. So instead of the 12 weeks, 13, 14, it could have been done 14 weeks. Could be 14 weeks.
I think he's been doing mini camps and then having long rest periods because
quite possibly.
After the Miller fight got canned, he probably thought he wouldn't get an opponent, so he slacked off his training because people are thinking that it was only 5 weeks training for this fight. That was Ruiz had.
Yeah,
5 weeks.
Because Ruiz's fight was 5 weeks ago or 6 weeks ago now.
Yeah.
So carry on, Tommy.
Yeah. So in terms of such a long training camp, it doesn't make sense to me that he would have sparring that close to the fight, that he would carry a concussion into the fight.
Right. Apparently, according to Sporting Icons, I caught a little bit of his video about this concussion. And you said that it's unusual, which I know myself anyway, to be sparring in the last week of training. It's unusual.
Correct.
But one thing that I would have to add to that is that AJ said that before, I'm paraphrasing, he didn't use these exact words, but He was going into fights drained, feeling drained. Actually, I think that was where his exact words. He was going into fights feeling drained. So they had to sit down. The whole camp had to sit down. They looked at things again, and they modified it. So that now, and I remember him saying this a week or two before the fight. He said, "Now, I'm feeling different. I'm buzzing." I'm paraphrasing with that.
Yeah.
I'm buzzing. And so that leads me, I say that to say this. If he was feeling so energized, he was saying, I remember him saying, even on his days off, he was on his own channel. He was on his own channel when he was doing the ice bucket thing. With him saying he was feeling so energized, that is perfectly consistent with him saying, you know, F it. Let's have a bit of sparring in the last week.
Okay, yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's feeling energized, whereas before he always used to feel drained. So the chances of him saying, F it, let's have a bit of sparring, even though it's the last week, to me, there's a high probability of that.
Oh, I wouldn't doubt it, because I mean, I think Audley Harrison has made that mistake going into a fight sparring within the last week, and obviously he got knocked out earlier than he normally would do. But to me, Raph, it's a case of when did he get the concussion? If he got the concussion, because if he got the concussion in the last week, that makes more sense. But if he got it from previous sparring earlier in the camp, well, it's a possibility, you know, because as you said in the big run up, it can take months for concussion to heal properly. Depends on you know whether or not they were using head guard or if they 16-ounce gloves.
That's true. That's a good observation. But the reason I said no is that the concussion is being associated. I don't know if you've been following it, but he turned up to an interview. I think I mentioned it earlier on in the big run-up. He turned up to an interview with seconds out with some scrapes on his face. Are you aware of that?
No, I heard you mention it earlier, but how close to the fight was that interview?
That was a couple of days before the interview.
Okay.
So it was in the last week. In the last week before the fight, he turned up. He started appearing with a couple of scrapes on his face. Those scrapes, he said, was through some massage techniques and physio. Now, those scrapes are being associated with being around the time, not necessarily associated with the time he got with the concussion itself, with the punch, but they appeared at around the time in the last week. Now, it is consistent. Someone said in the chat about one of the remedies or one of the treatments for concussion is certain facial massages. So if it wasn't facial massages to treat the concussion, those could have been the marks that were left as a result of the concussion. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So the last week is what's being said is the time he received the concussion in training. So everything seems consistent with it. The fact that he felt so energized because of the rejig training regimen or routine. So everything seems consistent with him having a little bit of cheeky sparring in the last week, which you ordinarily are not supposed to do. But as we know, some guys, if they feel it, if they're feeling it, they're feeling the energized, then the risk to the desire to put those gloves on because you're feeling so energized is high. And so all fingers point to AJ getting some cheeky sparring in the last round, in the last week, when ordinarily he would not have done so because it's a risk. It's not just a risk of a concussion, but it's a risk of a cut. If you'd have got a cut, the fight would have been off.
Yeah.
But the concussion, the fight should still, if it's true, which a lot of fingers are pointing in that direction, including my finger, because I woke up this morning saying he got a concussion in the last week of the fight. I woke up this morning saying Joshua got concussed in the last week of the fight before I'd seen any of this stuff. You see what I'm saying, Tommy?
Yeah, but I'd be curious to see if there was a change in his demeanor in the interviews before getting the concussion and after so-called getting the concussion. I'm not saying he couldn't put a brave face on, but it would be a good indicator if someone actually could spot something and go, yeah, he's not quite right there, is he?
Yes, there is actually, Tommy. Let me come in
Yeah.
right there because you've
Okay.
hit a brilliant point. If you go and check out I'm not going to play it here because we know what happens when you play things on here. You get copyright issues. Take your video down. So I will address that point, and it's a great point. Was there something different? Was there a difference in his demeanor? I will direct everyone after this has concluded to go and watch Anthony Joshua's pre-fight. I think a lot of people have already watched it. For those who haven't, I would direct and recommend everybody who hasn't seen it to go and watch Anthony Joshua's pre-fight interview. He's wearing the gray T-shirt with Radio Raheem. I direct everyone to go and check out that video. It's Anthony Joshua wearing a gray short sleeve T-shirt, pre-fight with Radio Raheem on the Seconds Out platform. And there comes a point towards the end where Radio Raheem asked Joshua, what makes you, he asked him something about the championship. What makes you a great champ, or something like that? Or what makes you know you're going to hold on, or something like that. And do you know what Joshua said? Joshua said, I don't know. It seemed like something somebody who was spaced out would say. It seemed like something somebody who was spaced out would say. And one of his guys, I think it's his, he has all his guys run little companies, or they're in charge of this and that. And one of his little bros from back in the hood, back in the day, one of his guys was standing in the background. I think he's in charge of marketing. He's the AJ Apparel. And I think he's in charge of design or something like that. He's a design director. And he's always there. He's always in the pictures. Little short white guy, brown hair. And he was looking at Anthony like, oh, shizzle. I'm going to say, he's looking at Joshua like, oh, shit. Let's end the interview. He just had this straight face because Joshua said it as a joke, but it wasn't funny. It was just weird. It was just weird. You know what I'm saying? That's not something a champion says. A champion doesn't say, just shrug off a question like that and go, man, I don't even know. I don't know. And once again, that is consistent, ladies and gentlemen. That is consistent with receiving a concussion. I go into the interview, I go into 10 different signs of concussion. And that's losing concentration and just not caring.
Lack of focus.
Can't
concentrate at all.
Lack of focus, lackadaisical. Just being lackadaisical, the way he shrugged off that question. That's a soundbite. That's an important. Any champion knows that's a soundbite. And Joshua just shrugs and he said, man, I don't know. And it was a shocking moment. I recommend, it's right at the end of the interview. I recommend everybody who hasn't seen that, smash that like button, folks. Everybody who hasn't seen that, I think many have, but for those who haven't, go back and look at that interview, particularly towards the end, and tell me AJ isn't looking weird. It isn't looking weird. It's perfectly consistent with someone who has just received a concussion. That is my contention. So, Tommy, you want to come back in on that?
Yes, Raph. I've had concussion myself from sparring, and it's horrible. I had a headache for 3 straight days.
Nasty.
And I wouldn't wish it on anyone, but it happens.
Yeah.
I mean, I was unfortunate. It happened to me while I was on the ground. But because the guy I was sparring with, he didn't want to. Well, he knew my stand-up game was too good, so he just grabbed me by the knees and took me straight down. But anyway, concussion. No, your head is all over the place.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's like being. It's like a mixture of being hungover and stoned at the same time, but all the worst bits, not the best bits.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like I would describe it as being like when you wake up from a nap that was too short and you still feel groggy.
Yeah.
you just feel groggy.
And your head's banging.
And your head's banging. Your head's banging like mine because I didn't have my nap. You know, drunken feeling. No, I'm fine now. But I did feel groggy earlier on. This is normally the time when I would have, well, pre-show is the time I'd ordinarily have a nap. But with the schedule, my schedule being what it is now with work and then banging out videos and then doing live shows, not complaining. It's doing what I love to do, but definitely naps are a thing of the past for me now. The only time I get sleep is when I go to bed at night. So there is that groggy feeling. Let me have a look at this here.
Did you get much sleep Sunday morning, or were you too stressed out?
Sunday morning, I slept well. I don't have problems sleeping when I get to bed.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just read this before I decide whether it's good or not. I have to agree, no excuses. Yeah. Ross Clark says, yeah, I approved that message. If you listen to AJ's corner chat during, yeah, great point as well. 2 great points there. I just approved. They were withheld for approval. Ross Clark said, I have to agree, no excuses, but F that. AJ looked way different from his previous fights, way different. That nobody can disagree who saw it. That AJ looked way. It's like, what's going on? What's going on? And that was not just one person commenting. That was across every social media platform. It's what's going on. Even the boxers, their managers, their trainers have commented since. If you look at the interviews done the day after the fight, they all commented. Anybody who was there, there's a whole list of names I could run off, have commented. They say, even on the walk-in, they thought, what's going on? What's going on with AJ? Doesn't look right at all. Doesn't look right. So that's pre-fight. So forget about what happened in the fight. This is pre-fight. Kal-El, I hope you hit that bell icon. I hope you hit that bell icon for to get updated with all the notifications when we go live, because you're making some very good points. Kal-El is making some very, very good points. If you listen to AJ's corner chat in between rounds, he was not in the building. Absolutely 100%. And that's not people just saying that now. Since the concussion talk, everybody's been saying it since the fight. And people saying it during the fight. It's like, what the hell's going on with AJ? That's not. He's talking some strange stuff in between rounds. Everything points and is consistent with a concussion. That's why I hand on my heart, I swear, I woke up this morning and I said to myself, AJ got concussed in the last week of training. That was before I saw anything, and I was going to make a video. And then, yeah. Why did his dad, because that was the question, why did his dad get angry with Eddie Hearn pre-fight? That was a question.
Or was it pre-fight? I thought it was after the fight.
Sorry, post-fight. Post-fight. Why did Anthony Joshua's father, Robert Joshua, get angry with Eddie Hearn post-fight? That was the question on my mind. Yeah, that was on my question on my mind before I went to bed. And whatever you were thinking of, your last thoughts before you go to bed, when you wake up in the morning, sometimes it's still on your mind.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was still on my mind. And I thought, you know what? Something happened in training. Something happened which should have meant that Anthony Joshua should not have been fighting. And so Anthony Joshua's dad was now looking at Eddie Hearn saying, why did you let this happen? Why did you let this happen? And so my question was, what was that thing that Eddie Hearn let happen? And I said to myself, you know what? Anthony Joshua got concussed before the fight. And he shouldn't have been fighting. That was before I saw anything. Because I had to leave out relatively early this morning. And I had not seen anything on social media or anywhere. And I came to the conclusion that Anthony Joshua had got concussed, because a concussion isn't necessarily getting knocked out. You don't have to go to sleep. It's just a blow to the head, which causes a concussion. I thought Anthony Joshua has been concussed before the fight, and he shouldn't have been fighting. Everything. Once you have that missing piece of the jigsaw puzzle, I put it to you, Tommy. Everything else makes sense.
However, I'm going to counter that by saying,
that's fine. That's good.
Isn't Anthony Joshua supposed to be his own man?
Okay, I'm coming back now. I'm coming back with that. 100% absolutely yes. But put yourself in Anthony Joshua. This is my rebuttal. Mm-hmm. Put yourself in Anthony Joshua's shoes. I've done it. What would you have done if you were in his situation? You've had the situation with Big Baby Miller, Big Baby Jarrell Miller, as you know, I call him Big Belly Miller. You've had that situation with Big Belly Miller. So that's a disappointment, huge disappointment to the fans and to yourself. You're Anthony Joshua now, to your fans and to yourself. Now, fortunately, there was a scramble. Old man Ortiz comes out and says they tried to lowball me. His team said they tried to lowball me. Eddie Hearn threatens to expose them. Then they hurriedly scramble and say, no, our mistake. He didn't try to lowball us. He made us some good offers, and we didn't know about it.
Great offer.
Sorry, great offer.
Yeah.
Great offer. We didn't know about it. Our promoter, he said, no, they're trying to lowball us. Our promoter misled us.
Smoke and mirrors. It was all bullshit just so they could avoid the fight. And I think that was managed by people behind the curtain.
Absolutely. So you're Joshua now, though. So you've had to go through that. You thought you were going to get Ortiz. You made him a great offer, which you thought, no way he refuses that. He refuses. You think, oh, shizzle. Now you're scrambling. Who the hell can we get, and who is reputable? Who is actually going to come to fight rather than just turn up for a payday? And you land on the guy who I suggested, Ruiz, Andy Ruiz. Now you're relieved. So you have your heart's in your throat once with a Miller thing. Your heart's in your throat twice with the Ortiz thing. Your heart's in your throat 3 times because that's fell through. Now you've got somebody. Thank God. Hallelujah. So now you've got somebody. It's you, Tommy. You're Anthony Joshua. It's you.
Uh-huh.
Now you get Ruiz. Okay, it's 5 weeks to go. Okay, no problem. Okay, let's go. Let's do this. Training's going good. Last 2 weeks to go. You're feeling energized. Last week to go. Let's have some sparring anyway. We should have stopped last week. I know we should have finished sparring. Should have finished last week. Whatever. I still want to go. I want to go. You get concussed. You, Tommy, you get concussed. You're Joshua. You get concussed. Now, what should happen? What should happen is you will go to see the doctor. The doctor will say, nah, you can't fight. You've been concussed. You can't fight. You have to allow the brain to return to its normal
time to heal.
Yeah, time to heal. You have to allow your brain and your whole central nervous system, the CNS, time to heal. You have to allow the synapses in the brain time to heal. What you don't want to do is get concussed and then get concussed again, because that intensifies the original concussion. Now you got another concussion. So, Anthony, you're Anthony. Anthony, you shouldn't fight. That's you. That's you in the doctor's office. It's you. Okay, you come out of there. You go and tell Eddie Hearn, because you have to tell him, I've been concussed. What do I do? I can't let the people. I don't know. I can't. I think Joshua. Well, you tell me. What's your position?
If I was in that position and I was the cash cow in boxing, I'd be like, no, let's delay the fight a month, 2 months, whatever it is, because it's not the first time someone's been injured. I mean, do you remember Danny Williams pulled out of one of his fights on the day of the morning, I think it was, because he had flu?
Okay, well, yeah.
That was Frank Warren.
Wow. Yeah. So you, Tommy, as Joshua, you've had the concussion. You're saying you're going to pull out.
Yeah, because I hold 3 belts, and if anyone wants a big payday, they have to come to me anyway.
Yeah. What about your fans, Tommy? Thousands and thousands of people have come to see you, Tommy.
And all those fans will get a refund, and they haven't seen me lose yet.
Tommy, you're letting a lot of people down, Tommy. I paid my good money, Tommy.
But you get a refund, Raph.
I'm not gonna get a refund from the hotel, Tommy.
What, really?
No, yes, they're not gonna give me a refund on the hotel. And guess what, Tommy? Then I'm not gonna get a refund from the
But surely it'd be part of a package deal, wouldn't it?
I don't think you're getting the hotel money back, Tommy. Tommy,
No?
I'm not getting Tommy.
Okay.
I'm not getting my flight money back, and I paid good flight money to see you, and I'm not getting my hotel money back, Tommy. And I'm not going to earn the money at work for the time that I took off, Tommy.
Mm-hmm.
All I'm getting back is the money for the actual seat. You have cost me thousands of pounds, Tommy, for the flight and the hotel. And I have been following you from you as in the amateurs, mate. And this is what you do? Is this how you treat your fans, Tommy? Tommy, I respect
Well,
you.
would you rather see me knocked out?
Tommy, I've been following you from the amateurs, mate. I followed you from the amateurs to York Hall to the O2 to the Copper Box to the O2 Arena, and now I've followed you. I've taken time off work. I've paid thousands of pounds to fly over to New York to see you, and you're gonna pull out just because you had a little knock in training. Tommy, I thought you was a different man, Tommy. Tommy,
Well, I've been paid so much money, I've become soft.
Tommy, I respected you. Tommy. Tommy, I didn't think.
You're killing me, Raph.
I didn't think you would do this to your loyal fans, Tommy.
Has AJ ever done it before?
No,
No.
never
So
pulled out.
he's probably he's the only champion that hasn't so far.
Probably. People pull out on him all the time.
Well, Tyson's done it a load of times. Wilder's got injured countless number of times. I don't know if he's pulled out in a fight though.
No, never. I have no recollection. People in the chat contradict me, if you will. But he's never pulled out of a fight, and I suspect he's probably fought hurt before.
Mm-hmm.
I suspect. That's pure speculation.
Yeah, Lennox Lewis talked about it. He says all fighters go into fights with little niggles or something.
Absolutely, 100%, 100%. So you see what I'm saying to you, Tommy? If it was me, I don't think I'd pull out either. Should I pull out? Yes. You should pull out, and not only, and people should save me from myself. My trainer should save me from myself, and my promoter should save me from myself.
But the thing is, right, if to go back to Joshua's father having to go at Eddie,
yeah,
the most obvious explanation comes to mind is, oh, your son just got smacked up. Yeah, who do I blame? But if Wilder, not Wilder, Joshua, if Joshua is his own man, really, it should really come down to his decision and not Eddie's.
Do you know what I think happened?
What?
I think Joshua's the type of guy who said, I can't let all these people down.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, he's a crowd pleaser, isn't he? He likes to please the crowd. He's that type of person. Mm-hmm. He's a crowd pleaser. And I think Joshua, there's two possibilities here. Well, three possibilities. One, smash that like button, folks. Smash that like button. I appreciate it. We appreciate it. Where was I? Yeah. Joshua strikes me. Well, first of all, let me just see. We're going to stay on that point, but let me just give some big ups to some new people in the chat who I haven't acknowledged yet. Luke J. Yeah, Luke J, I hope you've smacked that subscribe button because you're making some good points. Luke J. AJ was ill for the Breezel and Povetkin fights. I actually heard that. You've jogged my memory. I actually heard that. He's had colds and stuff like that before where he's debilitated. Yeah, and went through with it. Luke J, I hope you smashed that subscribe button and the bell icon. I hope you scratch that bell icon because we go live 4 times a week. 3 times during the week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 9 p.m. UK time, and once on a Saturday. We went crazy this week. We went live 3 times in the week and then live again. Hold on. Went live Monday, Wednesday, Friday, then live Saturday for the fight, then live Sunday for the post-fight analysis of various fights, and then we're live again today. So that was like what? That was like 3, 4, 5, 6 times. 6 times in. Is it?
Oh, you did 5 days, but on Sunday you did multiple shows.
No, we did Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday. That's 3. Then Saturday.
You did a Tuesday show.
No, sorry, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. That's 3. Then Saturday show. That's 4. Then the Sunday show. That's 5. And now back again, 6. So that's 6 times within 7 days.
Yep.
Is that possible?
No, it's 6 times within 8 days.
It's 6 times within 8 days. Yeah. 6 times within 8 days. Luke J has confirmed he has smashed the bell icon. Cold ain't concussion. Toby Bartlett says a cold ain't concussion. Yeah. I never said a cold, though. I'm talking about in previous times he's gone in with heavy colds. Heavy colds can be debilitating. In this instance, in this situation, Toby Bartlett, we're talking about concussions. Joshua going in with a concussion. But I probably missed out who you're responding to there, so it probably makes no sense. My response probably makes no sense. But anyway, Luke J, new subscriber, he smashed the bell icon. Cal L, I hope you too have smashed the bell icon. New to the chat. Let me scroll up. Let me see if I see anybody else. We're going to stay on that topic. I want to get back to TommyTemper. Let me see if I see any other new face that I haven't seen before. Joe, 56984. I think you're new. I can't remember seeing you before. I hope you've smashed that bell icon as well as the like button. Shola Ibofin is in the house. Great analogy, Raphie. Much appreciated. Needs time to recover his faculties. 100%. That is also said by Shola Ibofin. Let me see. E3 Entertainment. I hope you've smashed the bell icon to stay notified. Yeah, we have God of War in the building. Any new faces? Anthony Willis. I think I've seen you in here before. John Dealey still in the house, getting his points, good points, making good points. Bitcoin boxing. Also, everybody's in here contributing very, very well. Deadly X, I hope you've smashed the bell icon. I don't remember seeing you here before. Welcome. Who else? What other new faces? E3 Entertainment, I hope you have smashed the bell icon for notifications also. Okay, and with that, I'm getting back to Tommy. Getting back to Tommy.
I'm here.
Yeah, just looking at this chat. Yeah, okay, back to Tommy. So, I think AJ is the type of guy who's a crowd pleaser. He doesn't want to disappoint. He doesn't, maybe... And I think that I'd be the same way.
I don't doubt that. I see that as part of his personality or his persona or whatever you want to call it. I could see that within him.
Yeah.
But
I think as a person, there's certain people you don't like to disappoint. You know? There's certain people.
Yeah, well, obviously it was a big stage, big brand new market. He wanted to crack it. He wanted to look good. He didn't want to. That's the other thing that maybe I'm overlooking is that it's not as if he was fighting at home.
He wasn't fighting in the York Hall. I mean, if you're fighting down your local town hall, then hell yeah, call it off. Even then, there's pressure not to call it off because all your mates are there.
But of course, yeah. But this is a totally different level fighting in America.
That's times that to the magnitude of 1,000 or 1,000,000. but the point I was trying to make to illustrate there was that even if you're fighting your local town hall and you had to pull out, you feel bad about it.
Yeah.
You know, so imagine Madison Square Gardens. And then you've got guys on your undercard.
Mm-hmm.
So many people. I mean, imagine one man disappointing millions of people. Not just the people in the arena, but the millions of people worldwide. Imagine you as one man. You're going to disappoint millions of people. Imagine the pressure.
Yeah, that's massive pressure.
Imagine what's going on in your head. Your head's swirling anyway because you've just been concussed. But now you've got to sit down and contemplate, do I do the right thing and pull out? Or do I try my best, just go out there and try and please millions of people? or do I disappoint millions of people? You see what I'm saying? That's
yeah, I see it. I mean, I don't. I mean, I'm not going to rebuttal that because I see that. I see that, and that's a fair point you're making, Raph.
Yeah, so that's the way. That's what I think he was thinking. Obviously, I'll never know. I'm not him, but I can imagine being. I can imagine being in his shoes. I can imagine being in his shoes and having to hit the button and no. Yes, Hamed's got it right. Hit the button and the notification. Hit the like button and the notification bell. 100%, Hamed. Yeah. So, what the fuck? What the f? No, Supernatural says, "Lol, what the f?" Fury's brother was on Love Island. Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah, he's on Love Island. Whatever his name, something Fury. Luke. Is it Luke? Or is that Tyson's middle name? I think that's Tyson's middle name. Whatever his name, something Fury, yeah. Anyway, so that is so, and then on the other side of that now, we're looking at Eddie. We're looking at Joshua's father's response to Eddie. Now we have to bear in mind, we have to contemplate the possibility that Eddie himself was the driving force in Joshua not stepping down.
Oh, I think that's fair enough to make, because obviously there was so much on the line, and Eddie's whole business is basically Joshua is the centerpiece of that business, and it's not even just Matchroom; it's the zone as well. Yes,
100. Carry on.
Yeah, there would have been massive pressure, and I don't doubt the circumstances that would have led up to that and how that would have played out. But the thing what I like to take away from the fight is if Joshua was concussed or if he wasn't, either way you look at it, he wasn't knocked out. He was TKO'd.
Yeah, that's true. You mean a lot of people saying he was knocked out?
To me, there's a difference between a knockout and a TKO.
Absolutely.
A knockout is basically when you can't get up or you're fucked, so to speak, right? And a TKO is you can be stopped on your feet.
Yes.
And you're not, to me, if you're stopped on your feet, you're not knocked out. You could be out on your feet, but you're not knocked out.
Yes, I see what you're saying. Are you referring to people saying he was knocked out? Are you rebutting that?
It was a TKO, Ruff.
Yeah.
That's the official score of it. It was a TKO.
Well, no, but my question to you is: Are you rebutting the people who are saying he was knocked out? Is that what you're doing?
I'm lost. What do you mean? The people? What?
There are some people who are saying. What I'm saying is, are you addressing the notion that people are saying he was knocked out? Are you just clarifying that point that it was a TKO and not a knockout?
Well, a TKO as well, and if he was concussed. Yeah. Well, look at all the punishment he could take while he was concussed.
Yes. I see what you're saying now.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying. Yeah. He was TKO'd. And I'll come back to my Forrest Griffin point. It was not as if he wasn't knocked out cold. He was just getting hit and going down. So that's different to being knocked out.
Yes.
That's different to being knocked out. You got AJ, John Dealey says AJ got it 4 times. He did. And
he got knocked all over the ring.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, absolutely. And then when he got up the last time, he stood in his corners with his arms on the ropes, and the referee waved him in. And is it true AJ was knocked out in sparring 8 days before? Yes, Peds. Yes, Peds. That is the belief. That is what is being reported. There's a report I brought up earlier from the Metro where it names the guy, Ajib Kabayal, something like that. Forgive my pronunciation, Ajib, if you're listening. Forgive my pronunciation of your name, but yes, that is. Let me screen share. I'm going to screen share just for you, Ped. Just for you. I'm doing this for you. Screen share application.
Is that the sparring partner you're talking about?
Sparring partner. The sparring partner, he should be there on your screen. I don't know if he is. It will be in a few seconds. Still not on my screen, so it probably won't be on yours. Am I even sharing? I bet I'm not even sharing.
No, you're not.
I bet I'm not even sharing. Application window, boom, and share.
There you go.
So yeah, these should come up on your screen any second now.
How tall is he, Raph? Do you know?
The guy in question, I'm not even sure. Does it say in the article? Let me have a quick scroll through. Let me have a quick scroll. Damn, that took a long time to come up. Let me have a look. The German at 26. No, I don't think he gives his statistics. Doesn't seem to give his statistics. Or certainly I don't see them. But there's the fella, 26-year-old German. I think he's a European. Caballal is European heavyweight champion, whose record stands at 19-0. But this guy is a guy who spars with Joshua regularly. I've seen him in training camp. I've seen him in training camp regularly. Stop sharing and return to the chat. So yeah. So that is the guy. No problem, Ped. No problem at all. So that is the guy who we believe accidentally caught Joshua. I mean, they're mates. They wouldn't have done it on purpose. I've got a friend of mine who was British. I've got to be careful what I say. Don't want to give too much information away because he'll probably be on the show one day. But let's just say that he's accidentally knocked people out in a fight. He knocked them out when he wasn't. He's knocked people out when he wasn't trying to knock them out. I've got another friend who isn't an ex-British champion who has talked to me about the seedy side of boxing when certain promoters pay you more
To take a dive.
To if not take a dive, but carry a fight on for longer.
Oh.
And
what? So they can get the commercials in?
So they can, for various reasons, could be betting reasons as well.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And I've got a friend who, ex-pro boxer, high level, who told me that he's been trying to carry a guy and accidentally knocked him out.
Whoops.
Accidentally, without even trying. So what I'm saying is that I don't think the sparring partner, a trusted sparrer, is not going to try and knock you out. But things can happen by accident, you know? So things can and do happen by accident. It was accidental. It was accidental. You know what I'm saying? You could have probably blindfold two people, and you know, things happen. Things happen in sparring. So I think we were on the Eddie Hearn thing.
Yeah.
So the suggestion is, and I think that Anthony Joshua's father was angry with Eddie Hearn because Eddie Hearn allowed, if he didn't actively seek for the fight to go on, then certainly Joshua's father believed he allowed it, at the very least, allowed it to go on. Facilitated it. The worst case scenario, which some people are reporting, I'm not going to report it because I don't know. The worst case scenario is that Eddie Hearn, Anthony Joshua didn't want to fight because of the concussion, and Eddie Hearn said, "Go on, lad, you can do it. Go on." That's the worst case scenario. I don't know that happened. Me personally, just on an intuition level, I think AJ would have perhaps been a part of that decision-making process. I don't think it would have been, this is just pure speculation, I don't think it would have been just Eddie Hearn persuading Joshua to fight. I think my intuition, which is just pure guesswork, thinks that Eddie wouldn't, if Eddie did twist his arm, I don't think he'd have had to twist it a lot. I think Joshua would have had to meet him halfway.
Yeah.
He would have had to meet him. He would have had to have had an inkling that he wants to fight anyway. But maybe the finger could have been pointed at Hearn because he should have known better and just blocked it.
Yeah, but come on, Raph. It's not like the first time Eddie Hearn would have been in this situation.
You want to expand on that a little bit?
Well, he's a promoter. He promotes boxers and they get concussion all the time.
Yeah.
So it's not. That's what I'm saying. It's not like the first time he would have been in a position like this where there's a lot of money at stake.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
same situation.
Yeah. So you think that what you're saying is that as a promoter, that's what they're gonna do?
Of course.
Yeah. Yeah.
Of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
They want a return on their investment.
Well, it's not even just that, but could I take a slightly different slant on this as well?
Yeah, go anywhere you want to go. Go anywhere.
Okay, cool. Let's go on the assumption that Joshua was concussed, right? And it affected his performance. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I would look at it on the similar grounds to the way Lennox Lewis got knocked out by Hasim Rahman, and the way that he came back in the rematch. It was a different Lennox Lewis. He made his opponent look ordinary.
Yes.
Now, I'm not saying that Joshua has to do that in the rematch, but he has to win, and he has to win convincingly.
Yes.
So even if that means taking Ruiz 10 or 12 rounds and battering the fuck out of him or knocking him out, that's really what he needs to do. But he needs to stop him in the rematch to not have the rubber match.
Yes.
Lennox Lewis never had the rubber match with Rahman.
No, he never. And to be honest with you, I wasn't calling for the rubber match either.
No, it was no it wasn't necessary. It
wasn't necessary. It never even crossed my mind. The rubber match never even crossed my mind with those two. And I think, like you say, I think you're right. If Joshua takes care of Ruiz properly in the rematch, there won't be much call for a rubber match.
No. And it'll erase a lot of the negativity about the defeat.
Oh yeah, 100%, because it doesn't. I mean, in the video I posted, there was a lot of irate people saying, any excuse, you just for Joshua. But I don't think it's an excuse. Everybody, every man, woman, every man and his dog said that looked weird. Every man and his dog who saw that fight thought, that's the weirdest thing. That's one of the weirdest things I've ever seen. That didn't look like Joshua. And this concussion in the week of the fight makes everything make sense. Everything makes sense. When you put a concussion into the equation, everything makes sense. Even the way he was going down and getting back up again.
It reminded me of that Klitschko defeat. You know, the one where he got knocked down several times, partly due to exhaustion. It just bear in mind they both got very similar body types, but the way he went over it just reminded me of Klitschko over and over again.
Over and over again. Over and just going down and getting back up. Never knocked him out. Just go down. Just get back up. Of course he was rocked. But got back up each time.
Yep.
And if he did carry on, he'd have got knocked down more and got back up more, I'm sure. So, when you add a concussion into the equation, everything, I appreciate everybody smashing that like button. I appreciate that. I also would appreciate anyone who has not smashed the bell icon to do so. That would be greatly appreciated. Where am I going to go now? Oh, I will say this. Oh, yeah, what I was saying before. What I was saying before was that there was a lot of people in that video. I'm dreading checking it out because I know there's going to be a lot of angry Yanks over there and angry Fury supporters over there who are saying, "Oh my, yeah, man, another excuse. Can you not just accept that AJ is a human?" I do accept that AJ is a human, and I do accept that sometimes people get concussed in training. And I do accept that sometimes when people shouldn't fight because they've been concussed in training, they go ahead and fight anyway for multiple reasons. And I would just ask those people, could they kindly accept that AJ looked weird even before the first bell? And I would also ask people to read the symptoms of a concussion and tell me it doesn't fit. A concussion makes everything that we saw make sense. Therefore, why would people poo-poo the notion? Why poo-poo the notion when it fits perfectly into what we saw? Okay.
Raph, let me ask you a question.
Yes.
Who do you think hits harder, Ruiz or White?
White, Dillian White.
Yeah, I think so too. But obviously, Ruiz laid
Knocked
more
him
hands
down.
on him.
Knocked him down several times. remember, that's a good point you make. White rocked Joshua.
That left hook, yeah.
That left hook. Well, he didn't drop.
No.
Joshua didn't drop. I don't
Legs
think.
wobbled a little bit.
Yeah, you got rocked. He wobbled him.
Yeah.
He wobbled him. Absolutely. But he didn't drop to the floor.
No.
I suspect that Ruiz rocked Joshua less, but he fell more. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He didn't stiffen at any point, like, oh, shizzle. He didn't stiffen. His legs didn't. He didn't stiffen like he did. White made Joshua stiffen.
There was one shot that Ruiz landed that I saw AJ's legs stiffen up.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I didn't see that, but I accept that you saw that, and I'm not going to say it didn't happen. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I accept that. But yeah, the Josh White, Gem J's in here. Look at these Yankee boys. Look at these Yankee boys. They're just on top of the moon. They're on top of the moon when Wilder didn't do anything. Wilder didn't do. This is the prime example of one man celebrating over
someone else's defeat.
Someone else's defeat. What? Wilder didn't do nothing. Gem J, Mr. TBV representative. Wilder did nothing.
How many belts has Wilder got?
How many belts has Wilder got? Just
the one, right? Isn't it?
Isn't it the green one?
Oh yeah, that one.
The gangrene belt. Isn't it the gangrene belt? Gem J, I'm deleting my account. I can't watch boxing anymore. I just can't. What? You see, Gem J, what deleting? What does he mean? Who's he referring to? Who's he referring to? Deleting an account. I'm Mexican for the 100th time. Okay, why are you North Americans celebrating a win, celebrating as if Wilder won? It doesn't matter who it is. Okay, Ruiz is a Mexican American. Okay, fine. But it doesn't matter who it is. You'd have been celebrating the same way. Whoever beat Joshua, you'd have been celebrating the same way as if Wilder did something. Wilder hasn't done nothing. Wilder did nothing. You'll do fucking nothing.
Do fucking nothing.
Do fucking nothing. He did fucking nothing. But yeah, he's celebrating. It makes no sense. It's like kid wants to fight you at school and then somebody else beats him. You didn't do it. It wasn't you. It wasn't you. It wasn't you. It wasn't me. Okay, but anyway, yeah, White versus Ruiz power, White power versus Ruiz power. Listen, all the evidence points to, yeah, Gem J, you was one of the guys in my video saying, oh, it's impossible. No. Don't you think Joshua's a man? Don't you think? Of course he's a man. Of course he can lose. He can also get concussed with 1 week out from the fight. Gem J, it also makes perfect sense that the man got concussed one week prior to the fight. What is so hard for you to accept about that? Why is that? What about that do you find difficult, Gem J, to accept? That the man got concussed 1 week prior to the fight. What is so hard for you to accept about that? I'm sure you accept that he looked different. I'm sure you accept that in that interview, seconds out, he looked strange. I'm sure you accept that when he walked to the ring, he looked strange. I'm sure you accept that when he was standing in the ring before the fight, multiples of thousands, if not millions of people said, what's wrong with AJ before the first bell rang. I'm sure you saw all of those things. So with all of that being said, what do you find difficult to accept about the notion, the possibility, the likelihood that he got concussed?
I don't even think it's that, Raph. I think it's the fact that they're all relieved that their man doesn't have to fight Joshua.
They're relieved. that their man doesn't have to fight Joshua. It's crazy. That makes sense. That makes sense. That makes sense.
But realistically, why? Because he's missed out on the biggest payday of his career.
Why would you be celebrating your man missing out on 100 mil? Answer me that, JMJ. Answer me that, JMJ. Why would you be celebrating your North American man missing out on in excess of 100 mil? Why would you be celebrating that? Why would you be celebrating that?
Oh,
Okay.
the silence.
Silence is golden sometimes, Jay. Silence is deafening sometimes, JMJ.
Oh, I think he's Googling the answer.
Oh man. You see, you can't go against common sense. So when something fits, it just fits. When you put a concussion into the equation, it just fits. Everything makes sense. Now in normal life, you go, okay, now I understand. Why is it difficult in this situation for you to simply accept a logical explanation, that a highly likely explanation? Bitcoin Boxing says, Raphie, Wilder said after his Fury loss. Oh yeah, after his Fury loss, he hopes AJ gets beaten by a lower tier guy. He never want to fight him. Real talk. Real talk. Real talk. New subscriber in the building. Not in the chat though. Obviously somebody just watching and enjoying. Smash that like button for anyone who has not done so. Anyone who has not done so, smash that like button. And for all who have done, much appreciated. Helps the a man from overseas once told me that it helps the visibility of the show. Okay, so I've got TommyTemper here with me. We're chewing the fat. We're chewing it good.
What did you think of round 3, Raph?
Round 3, Anthony Joshua rushed in. Anthony Joshua dropped Ruiz for the first time.
That was a brilliant knockdown.
Yeah, it was a brilliant knockdown. And Anthony Joshua, he irrationally ran in to finish him. When I was shouting at the screen, do not rush in. Do not rush in. And what does he do? He rushes in. That's one of the things, irrational behavior when you've been concussed. That's perfectly consistent with that. He did it against Klitschko as well. Yes, I know. I'm aware he did it against Klitschko. But I think he's been boxing more clever of late. Mm-hmm. But it's perfectly consistent with the concussion, his irrational behavior in rushing in when he's learned better since. Look how he fought Povetkin. Look how calculated. He's now a calculated boxer. Mm-hmm. Look how calculated he was when he had him hurt. That was one of the things I was talking about with the Wilder fight. I said Joshua would not have been so reckless because you'll remember Wilder left himself open to a couple of hooks from Brazil in that corner.
That's right, yeah.
And then he stretched his arms out. Things you should.
You did a video on that, didn't you?
I did a video on that. I think it's mentioned. It's titled something like. I think it's titled something like. Where are we? Let me go and have a look for it. I shouldn't have done that. I should have just gone over there. Should have gone over there and just gone into over here. Go into videos. I can bring up the exact title. I had a scare earlier on, by the way. I looked at my videos and my first few were missing. I checked, reloaded, checked again. The first few were still missing. I thought I'd lost them forever, including my very first one, Why I Left TBV.
Where were they?
That was a horrible feeling. They've reappeared now, but they were missing for a while. It was a horrible feeling.
Did you back up your stuff?
Yeah. Yes, but I hadn't backed up those.
Okay.
I hadn't backed up those for some strange reason. The first ones I will do now.
You have to do a follow-up video to that, don't you?
Absolutely. But the thing is, I didn't want it to seem as if this channel was just based on that one controversy.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
I wanted to build up a body of work so that it was clear that this channel is not built on controversy from elsewhere.
before you get your revenge.
Yeah, for I post up my stuff. But there's one of the chats, one of the early chats, the first one or the second one, where I pretty much go into it. So really, all I have to do is clip that, and then that's the part 2. Clip that section out, and that's the part 2. Okay, the title of the video we are both referring to. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Oh, no. Oh, Deontay Wilder versus Brazil. No, that's not it. Cherry picking. The moment Brazil almost KO'd Deontay Wilder. And that showed in that video, I highlight and I analyze how Wilder responded after he attacked Brazil, how he responded recklessly. And I was highlighting that Joshua doesn't do that. Joshua is cool and calm when he's delivering the final strokes to his work. And that wasn't the Joshua in there last night or the night before, Saturday night. That wasn't the Joshua that I described in there on Saturday night. He just ran in reckless, and he doesn't do that anymore. Look how he systematically dismantled Povetkin. That's the new Joshua. That's the Joshua we know now.
Yeah, who boxes smart.
Boxes smart. And this Joshua, the concussed Joshua, I'm saying, just ran in. And I was saying, no.
Well, you got to bear in mind, I couldn't get a stream, as you know. Yeah. So I was actually watching you, and you were so entertaining.
oh, man. I was just like, it's like when something bad's going to happen. Like when you're a kid and you're about to fall down, and it happens in slow motion. And you're going, no. Push.
Well, you gave me a new soundbite for my intro. Thanks for that.
You're most welcome. What's the soundbite? What did he say?
You're talking about it's over for Joshua, and you just go, oh fuckity fuck.
I remember that. That's funny. That was funny. So John Dealey says Hatman made a good point. Wilder's reaction to AJ's defeat makes him look like he was scared to fight. Well, it's clear. It's clear. It's clear as daylight. Man shook. The man was shook. Probably still is shook. And if it's true, because there is still an element of doubt, because it has not been 100% confirmed. But there are those who say that he was concussed by this fella, one of his sparring partners. This fella, what's his name? Who is it? Caballel. Ajit Caballel, the European heavyweight champion. So, and I recognize that guy. He's one of his regular sparring partners. That shit happens. It's not unusual. The news normally doesn't get out because it normally doesn't have such deep-reaching consequences. It normally doesn't happen in the last week of sparring. Well, the last week before a fight, because people tend to avoid sparring in the last week of a fight prior to a fight because it's dangerous. Because stuff like this can happen. Fighters can get cut or concussed, both of which can spell the end for a fight.
It's not even just that. It takes a good week for the blood vessels in your skin and your face and the muscles just to repair from the blows themselves. It's
Yeah, exactly. 100%. So there's multiple reasons why they don't do it in the last week of the fight and normally cease and desist 2 weeks out. But of course, some people do. Wilder, this shows who is Bitcoin Boxing. I hope you're a subscriber, my friend. I hope you smash that notification button because you're making some great points. Bitcoin Boxing says, Wilder, this shows this. Let me do the Wilder voice. This shows who was running from who. Bitcoin Boxing goes, how the F does it? How the F does it? How does it? It shows that Wilder was running because he could have been the man in the ring. So if anything, it's Wilder not making sense again. Okay, Tommy. So we've talked about Joshua probably wanting to fight. Mm-hmm. That's a very real possibility. Joshua possibly wanted to fight without coercion from Eddie, but the way his dad was angry, it suggests that Eddie, if that was the case, Eddie certainly was happy with that decision when his father would have expected him not to be happy. That's the best case scenario. Worst case scenario is that Joshua didn't want to fight, and then he said, "Go on, lad, you'll be all right." Hence the
Yeah,
anger,
definitely.
hence the anger from Joshua's father. You know, hence the anger from Joshua's father. If there's anything you want to talk about, Tommy, go ahead, because I'm going to have to head to the kitchen to get myself another drink for 10 seconds. So
Yeah, okay, yeah. Basically, I'm just thinking if the rematch, if AJ doesn't fight Ruiz next, I think the belts are going to be split up, or at least one of the belts will be taken off, and I think that'll probably be the IBF. If the rematch goes ahead, I still think there's a possibility that the IBF will take the IBF, or they'll take their heavyweight belt back, because they did it to Lennox Lewis, they did it to Tyson Fury. They've done it on other people as well, but those are two noticeable names that I can think of.
right. So just recap me on what you said there, please. I'm back.
Yeah, just basically about the rematch. If the rematch is not the next fight, I think one of the belts will be taken away, and I think it'll probably be the IBF.
Yes, absolutely. And to be honest, I wouldn't be mad about that. I wouldn't be mad about them splitting up the belts, making it a three horse race again. I wouldn't be mad because okay, you make a good point. You've just raised a good point, and a point that I was going to get to. Hopefully, it's on the topic sheet. Hopefully, it is. That point is actually, it's not on the topic sheet, so that was remiss of me. But anyway, the point is, what am I saying? Why am I so loud in the headphones? The point is that Joshua, it is my contention. It is my contention, after speaking to many people about this topic over many years, professionals. I have professional boxer friends, professional kickboxer friends throughout the different UFC friends fighting UFC. Because I come from that type of background, that type of environment, the gym environment, those types of gyms.
Did you say you used to be a referee?
No. I have friends who are in the UFC. I have personal friends who are in the UFC, the Ultimate Fighting Championship. There's a guy I used to spar with over in a different part of Birmingham who is now a very well-known referee in the UFC. He's an English guy. I don't want to name drop, but that information should give anybody who follows it. They will probably know, or they'll be able to figure out what I'm talking about.
What discipline did you spar in?
No, various disciplines.
It's mixed arts.
Mixed, yeah. But I started off in boxing, went over to jiu-jitsu. From jiu-jitsu, I went to wrestling because I thought, these guys in the UFC, they have jiu-jitsu, but the wrestlers do very well also. So went into wrestling, and then of course the stand-up arts. I've engaged in many of the arts, many of the martial arts, just from a young age, just because I wanted to know, it's an interest of mine. So I have a lot of people who are professionals in that field. And through talking to them over the years, not just recently, I'm talking about years of discussion, I have come to the conclusion, and also listening to many doctors and neurologists over the years, I've come to the conclusion that one of the best things you can do for a concussion is not. I did a video on why Chisora shouldn't come back after he got knocked dead by Dillian
he's
Whyte.
done.
Yeah,
he's done.
Yeah. I did a video on why he shouldn't come
back. Same as Takam, he's done as well.
Yeah, he's finished now. And so my view is very controversial. People aren't going to like it, but in my opinion, if you want to recover from a concussion, the best thing, Kyle L says, American football too, concussion is a big deal, massive deal. Some of those guys from the American football clashing into each other, those heavy linebackers and what have you, a lot of them now, Lyle Alizado, American footballer back in the day. He's very big, very well known. I mean, big in the sport, big name in America. Lyle Alzado. He went through hell with the multiple concussions he'd taken, and he agreed that when he died, because he knew he was dying, when he died, he would donate his brain for medical investigation.
Is that the guy that was on steroids?
He was on steroids, yeah.
Yeah,
he
I've
was
seen
on
the
steroids.
documentary about it.
Yeah, he was on steroids. A lot of them are though, and
Yeah, of course.
he donated his brain to
Science?
medical research science for the people who were researching that, and it was a mess.
Oh.
With all those concussions over all those years, his brain it didn't look like a brain was supposed to look. Let's put it that way. Now, I say that to say this. Yeah, good point by Aaron Mason. Who the hell is Joey Duaco? That's a good question. I don't know. Somebody was saying he was the guy who concussed AJ in training. Clearly, the reports disagree with that. Anyway, so I say all of that to say this. My belief, after listening to many experts over the years and just anecdotal evidence, suggests to me that in order for a boxer to recover from a concussion or a series of concussions, he has to take time off. So this talk about fighting Ruiz again in 6 months, I say you could do that, but I say no. I say you need at least 6 months. Forget about fighting again in 6 months. You need a good 6 months to heal properly. You see what I'm saying, Tommy?
Oh yeah, I see it, but I don't think he took that bad a beating that he needs 6 months. Then again, if he did take 6 months off, then he would have to start training in 6 months. So what's the earliest he could have a fight?
Well, if they, I'm going to answer that question in a different way. If the fight is scheduled for 6 months, he'll need to start training 3 months from now.
Well, he just doesn't have to do sparring. If you just leave sparring and then gradually builds, tolerance back for that, that's probably the smartest way to do it. Yeah.
But I am against that. I am against that. It will be a controversial view. It will be a very controversial view. But my recommendation is he has 6 months. Yeah, he can still train. He can still train. He will still train. But no head concussion, no blows to the head for 6 months. Very unpopular view. People will not like it. But I say leave the brain to heal. And we're not just talking about boxing here either. We're talking about after boxing. Yeah. I've told you I know many people from the combat sports, and I have seen people who've slowed down mentally. And it's not nice. It is not nice when somebody you know personally, you can see them slowing down. It is not very pleasant. Cal L comes back again. Health before wealth. Come in, Tommy.
Well, all you have to do is look at James Toney, Roger Mayweather, who else? Gerald McClellan, Michael Watson. Oh, an old one. Well, no, actually, he died. Duke Kim, but forget about that one. Mm-hmm. He actually died in the ring. There was actually a fighter that Barry McGuigan accidentally killed before he became world champion.
Wow. Yeah.
And he used the motivation of the death to become world champion so he could actually say to the family, your son was beaten by a world champion. Yeah.
Well, that's a great story. I heard about that guy. I don't know his name, but I did.
No, I can't remember.
I did hear about that incident. Yeah. And so I'm not just talking about boxing. I'm talking about post boxing.
Yeah.
AJ,
you want to be able to leave the sport with your faculties intact.
100%. 100%. Joe Frazier, Supernatural mentioned Joe Frazier. I saw him speaking a few years before his death, and that wasn't cool.
Even Muhammad Ali, people say that was Parkinson's, but come on, if you take 20 years of blows to the head, you're going to slow down.
Absolutely. AJ needs to forget about the fans. Just think about himself for a change. Think about his health. AJ needs to take 6 months off from blows to the head.
Who should he fight on his next fight, Raph?
If it was a concussion, because remember, I wasn't there, I didn't see him get concussed, so there's still an if. There's still an if in there. Although I believe he did get concussed because I came up with that theory and philosophy before I heard it. So I do believe he got concussed. If he was concussed, then that fight was an abnormal reading. That's not saying Ruiz is no good, not at all. I rate Ruiz highly.
Fight of his life.
Yeah, absolutely. I rate Ruiz highly, but that fight, if Joshua did get concussed, then that fight in scientific terms could be, the way it played out, could be termed as an abnormal reading. Meaning, if AJ had not been concussed, the fight wouldn't look like that.
Yeah, I totally agree with you on that, on provided that's true.
Yeah. If it is true, the fight wouldn't have looked like that.
That's why we need the rematch.
That's why we need the rematch for real, 100%. Get This Smoke is in the place. I don't know what he's been saying. I don't know if he's been up to his normal antics. But I hope you're behaving yourself. Get This Smoke. I hope you're behaving yourself and talking nice and decently. So the question you asked me is a good question. You asked me a good question. Who does he fight when he comes back? Well, if the cause for this very subpar performance from AJ, and I mean, to me, there's barely any doubt. You have to have 1% doubt because I wasn't there, but there's barely any doubt that he was concussed because he wasn't even fighting. Rob McCracken was telling him to do basic things like keep your hands up. That's mad.
Well, one of my friends made a joke. They said AJ looked like a fitness first boxer once he got punched.
Yeah, absolutely, totally crazy. And AJ has more tenacity than that. Yes. Even Dillian White in a recent interview, well, it's on his own channel. Even Dillian White said, well, AJ isn't the type of guy who quits like that. You know what I'm saying? AJ, he gets hit and he comes back stronger. He's an extremely competitive guy.
But there's one thing I saw in this fight that someone else pointed out to me earlier on today, and that's that AJ wasn't able to clinch the smaller guy.
Right.
And that he paid the price for that, not having that ring IQ, that ring smarts, but maybe he just didn't have the cognitive function to do it.
Well, that's one of the results of a concussion. You lose.
Yeah, I know. So I can't make up my mind whether or not he got outclassed or if it was just the perfect storm.
Well, if he had a concussion, which all the evidence points to a concussion.
Yeah.
If he had a concussion, then he's not the same guy.
Agreed. But what I'm saying is to get a proper measure to see if that was the case, we would have to see how he performs in the rematch. Because if he blows him out in the rematch, we can say, oh yeah, he definitely was hurt before he even got in the first fight.
Oh yes, we'll learn a lot.
We'll erase that. Yeah,
we'll learn a lot from the rematch. We'll learn a hell of a lot from the rematch. Someone asked a very good question. Is it 6 months? Does he have to fight him within 6 months? Aaron Mason.
That's a good question.
Yeah, who asked that question? Let me just scroll up for a couple of seconds. Who asked that good question?
I would think it would be a year, actually.
Yeah, Aaron Mason said they thought it was within 2 years.
No, I can't see that happening because obviously you've got mandatories and stuff like that.
Yeah, so I think I haven't seen the contract.
What, you haven't been to Eddie's office yet?
I haven't been to Eddie's office yet. I don't know if he sent me a fax or a telegram. Get This Smoke says apparently AJ has to take that rematch by December. Who said that, Get This Smoke? Who said that? You had to take it within 6 months. I don't believe that is accurate information. John Dealey says Holyfield can't speak properly. In defense of Holyfield, he's never been the most. Words have never flowed from his mouth very swiftly. He's never been a silky talk smoother. Not even in his earliest days. I think he's an Alabama guy as well. You know, them Alabama guys, them Alabama guys that talk with a drawl. You know, that southern drawl. You know, that's how they talk down there. That's how
you can see when he talks, it's more labored. You can see that he's trying to concentrate harder.
He's in bed.
Yeah,
His speech is impaired. No doubt about it. No doubt about that. Wilder, hold on. Get this smoke is saying apparently AJ has to take a rematch by December. And then I asked, where'd you get that information from? And Get This Smoke said Wilder said it. Get this smoke. Maybe you've been getting too much smoke.
Oh, God, that's a good one.
What the hell? Get this smoke?
Get the smoke. What else does Wilder say?
What else does Wilder say? My goodness. Get this smoke. Are you crazy? Is you crazy right now?
Shout out to Red Glove Militant.
Is you crazy right now? I'm asking you a question, Get This Smoke. Is you crazy right now? My gosh, Wilder. Wilder, what the hell? Okay, I mean, get this smoke. Maybe it is Wilder. Should I go into PFPB mode?
Yeah.
This is Wilder. Wilder is in the building. Wilder's in the building. I know it. I can tell. I can tell by the way he writes. This is Wilder. Okay, so let's have a look at the topic sheet. We're drawing close to the end. We've gone into deep into overtime.
Mm-hmm.
We've gone into deep. How many people are watching? Yeah, still a lot. Guys, please. Some people are slacking. Some people are slacking. That like button hasn't been lit up for a while. Can those people who have not yet smashed that like button please do so? I know all my regulars have done it, but some people may be new to the channel and they have forgot to smack that like button. It is a tradition over here that when you come in, you smack that like button, be it a left hook, right hook, check hook, uppercut, whichever you prefer, whichever way you like to do it. Kindly, it's gone up. Kindly smash that like button. It is a tradition around these parts. If you're enjoying the show, smack that like button. That includes you, Get This Smoke. Okay, we're going to the topic sheet. We're deep into overtime. I appreciate and thank those people who have enjoyed the show as long with myself and no doubt TommyTemper.
Oh, yeah.
So we're going deep into overtime. The like button is being smashed. The like button is being heavily smashed. That is much appreciated. Okay, so we're going deep into overtime. Let me go down this list of things we have not yet discussed. I think this is going to run over into Wednesday, into the Wednesday show. Some of these topics. I can see my notification button is going crazy there, so I'm pretty sure that's from my last video. Pretty sure of that. Joshua, should I even go into that, or should I save that till the next show? Should I even go into that, or should I save that into the next show? Let me see if there are anything that ties in to this show. AJ's neck rub, which we thought was very strange, now makes sense. I say that to you, TommyTemper.
Yep.
I say that to you. AJ's neck rub. We know that one of the things that they do to try to alleviate the effects of concussion is facial, is massages of different types. Facial.
Let me just my reception.
I can hear you well.
It was my reception. I had to switch between Wi-Fi and mobile data. I'm good.
Oh, I got you. I hear you. So massage is
neck rub, and
massage is a part of the recuperation healing process for concussions. It doesn't take it away, but it alleviates it. Red Gov Militant says, come on, Raph, you can do an 8-hour show. One day, I'm going to line up guests back to back and go for the Guinness World Book of Records of the longest podcast. Actually, 8 hours is the maximum on YouTube. I think I read that once. Go for that maximum 8 hours. You know, maybe one day I'll go for that, or maybe not. Who knows? We shall see. But the neck rub, the facial massage, has been touted as one of the one. I'm laughing at Red Glove. I'm laughing at Get This Smokes response. He goes, "At God, is there somebody named God? Oh yeah, God of War." I was just relaying the information, bro. I was just relaying information from Wilder. Okay. So, Cal L says, "Great show, Cal L. You are a valued addition to Raphael Dawkins' Combat Radio Squad. Valued addition. I've seen what you've written, and it all makes sense. And what Supernatural just said makes sense too. BFTB does 6 hours. I've seen that guy.
What?
I've seen that guy just go and go, and I haven't stayed.
What does he talk about for 6 hours?
He just goes. The man goes and goes and goes. I was like, haven't you got anything else to do in your life? I think he's got a day job too. I see him driving.
No, I'm sorry, Raph. Anybody like that, I reckon they're on the payroll.
Well, I think he must be on some kind of payroll.
Because he gets because the way I look at it is I don't think he's. What I'm trying to say is, I know he's emotional, but I think the reason why he's so emotional is because he feels under pressure that if he doesn't counter argument people well enough, he'll lose money, or you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I don't know who's paying him because his subs aren't really high.
But he gets a lot of views on his live streams.
Yeah.
But then again, half of those are mods.
Yeah, half of those are mods. Well, 3/4 of those are mods. 3/4 of those are mods. I don't know. I'm not knocking him because, you know, we have a good rapport. He and I have a good rapport. He lets me on, you know. He lets me on, and he knows what the consequences are going to be, but he still lets me on, so I have to appreciate that. But at the same time, his numbers, I mean, he's only got a couple thousand subs. I mean, that's not belittling a couple thousand subs. A couple thousand subs is great, but he's not one of the big ballers over there, so to speak. But in truth, he's the one that I listen to the most. I barely listen to any of the others. I don't listen to Barbershop Conversations anymore.
Oh God, no.
I don't listen to I don't listen to 78 anymore. I've never listened to what's that? Cali Enigma. The only time I ever see Cali Enigma is when he's on his show. I've never listened to what's that guy who gets a lot of criticism? Fanon. Never in my life.
I call him Funyun.
Never in my life have I ever clicked on to him. I hear a lot of criticism, and I'm not interested in clicking onto him. I'm not going to click onto him, I don't think. Just doesn't interest me to get too deep with them over there. It doesn't interest me at all. I should listen to them more because there's a lot of stuff I could counteract, but that's too much for me to do. I've got my hands full doing me. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. I do.
So I really don't have the time. I should maybe make time sometimes. But I don't seem to have the inclination. Yes, Aaron Mason. Thanks for being in. All right. Talk to you later, my friend. Good stuff.
So, Raph, who do you think he should fight next?
That's a tough question for me.
Are you saving that for another show?
No, I'm not saving it. It's just something I've been weighing up in my head.
Okay, so the jury's still out?
Yeah, the jury's still out. I have not come to a decision on that. I've pondered it. I've allowed the thought to marinate, and I still haven't come to a conclusive answer.
Did Lennox Lewis rematch Rackman straight away? I think he did, but they had to go to court first, so I think it was
2 years. It took 2 years.
2 years. Oh, I thought I had 18 months in my head. Maybe.
Yeah, well, there was a court case in between.
Yeah.
There was a court case. I'll have to look up.
Rackman tried to fight Tyson, I think. They didn't
want to get back in the ring with Lewis so quickly.
No.
They avoided it, and in the end, Lennox Lewis had to take Rockman's management to court, and the court ordered had to order Rockman to get back in the ring with him. You had to order him to do that.
That was for 2 belts, wasn't it?
That was That was, as I believe, as memory serves me well.
And was Holyfield the champion at the time?
I don't even want to speak on that because I haven't really researched that. That was a long time ago. I haven't done any fresh research.
Oh, you're making me feel old, Raph.
I watched those fights. I was aware.
I watched them too.
I was aware. I even have a video tucked, or actually VHS video. I still have a VHS video of there was a video made of that period when he's trying to get the fight again, and Rackman featured in the video and his management, and they were actually in talks about how they could avoid him and whatnot. I haven't watched that video for aeons either, so I'm scared to really talk too much about it.
Oh, fair enough.
Because that's just way back in my memory. But I actually bought a video, and it wasn't of the fight, it was of the wrangling, trying to get the rematch. There's a video of the wrangling trying to get the rematch, a professional video. And I think Lennox features in it, trying to get him into court. Rackman features in it heavily. Rackman, I find him likable now, but at that time I found him highly unlikable. He seemed kind of cold, like a cold dude, which I can understand now looking back. I mean, you're going in there, you're fighting warriors on a regular basis, people trying to take your head off on a regular basis. Of course, you're going to have some kind of, it's not hard to develop a callous demeanor, calloused with a D-E-D. It's not hard to develop a callous demeanor. So he had that callous demeanor, which I didn't find likable at the time. But now Rackman it didn't seem friendly at the time. It didn't seem friendly at the time. Now it seems like a friendlier dude. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you think the beef?
Smash that like button, folks. Smash that like button. Carry on, Tommy. Sorry.
Do you think the beef that they have in America boxing, especially in the press conferences, and every time they're on TV, there always seems to be something kicking off in the big fights? Do you think that's manufactured, or do you think that's the promoters pushing for that to sell the fight?
Well, I think sometimes it's real and sometimes it's manufactured. When that Hispanic guy smacked whose girl on the ass? Whose girl did he smack on the ass? As a famous press conference of, I can't remember the guy, but he was smoking a cigarette. He's
rings a bell,
And he smacked an ex-boxer's missus on the because somebody must know what I'm talking about. Somebody in the chat must know what I'm talking about. There's a press conference with one guy whose name escapes me, a Hispanic boxer, Shane Mosley.
Was it?
Shane Mayoga. Thank you, Rico Militant.
Mayoga
smacked. What's his first name?
Ricardo
Mayoga smacked Shane Mosley's girl on the ass on TV at a press conference, and a minor brawl, all hell broke loose. That was crazy. When I'm terrible with remembering names. I'm absolutely terrible. When damn Riddick Bowe punched the guy, his opponent, that tall guy.
Were they both wearing suits?
Yes,
I know the one you're talking about. Yes. Yeah.
Riddick Bowe punched the guy in
got 2 punches in.
Oh my gosh, he got a combo in. He got a 2-piece. He got a 2-piece in. He got a 2-piece in on this guy whose name escapes me.
And that was the day before the fight, wasn't it?
A day before the fight. Red Glove Militant says he also told Mayoga Fernando Vargas that he would show his wife a real man. that guy Mayoga.
He still fights.
Oh man. Johnny Blaze 33. Late but here nonetheless. Awesome, bro. Smash that like button, bro. Smash that like button. Yeah, Mayoga he just looked crazy. He may have looked almost as crazy as Roberto Duran.
But he could fight in his prime.
In his day.
He was dangerous guy.
But he looked like a fighter. Even his face, his expressions. I like that guy. There's a picture of him. There's an iconic, to me it's iconic picture of him with a cigarette hanging out of his mouth, and his face just screwed up. And I say, oh man, that guy just looks like a fighter. You know what I'm saying? Herbie Hyde versus
Michael Bent.
I've looked for that video of that brawl multiple times
I've got it.
Oh, you've got it?
Yeah, it's in one of my playlists.
Wow. All I can see is short. I have to check that. All I can see is short, snipped up version. Short, snipped up version. Big respect to Ruiz, repping South Central's finest Nipsey.
Actually, Raph, did you know that Riddick Bowe said the hardest person that ever hit him was Herbie Hyde?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And Herbie Hyde was just a blown up cruiserweight.
Yeah. But he could crack.
He could crack for sure. That Herbie Hyde brawl with Michael Bent, that was a classic.
That knockout.
That was no staging. That was
he broke his leg in that knockout.
He broke his leg.
No, I'm joking, but just the way he went down, it looked like he broke his leg.
Yeah. For real, that was crazy. That was absolutely crazy. So, in answer to your question, clearly, some of those things might be staged, but clearly, some of those things are genuine dislike. I mean, these guys are fighters. What about the face-off with? What about the face-off? That video between Bo when he's leaving the ring and he comes across Lennox Lewis, who was commentating on the fight. That was in Lennox's early days. That was in Lennox's early days before the dreadlocks. And Lewis, I don't know if Lewis was standing up anyway. Yeah, they were both standing up. Lewis was doing co-presenting, co-commentating on the fight, and Riddick Bowe just happened to be walking past with his entourage after whichever fight it was he just had, and he comes across Lennox. And where are we, John Daly? I'm out of here. Past my bedtime. Good work, Raphie. Great show. Much appreciated, John Daly. You know you're going to be back on Wednesday, and this topic is not over. We're just doing the warm down now. We're warming down. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. So we're warming down now. After these topics I haven't covered, this is going to run into the Wednesday show. So warming down. Yeah, so Riddick Bowe is walking past Lennox. And Lennox is standing up. He's got his headphone on, headgear on, headphone on. He was just doing commentating. And Riddick Bowe happens to come across him, walks right by, right there, stands up in front of him. And he says something to Lennox Lewis to the effect of, I thought you were cool. I thought we were cool. I thought you was an all right guy. Well, it cracks me up when people say that, because, I mean, do I need you for validation? No. So I thought you was an all right guy. I thought we were cool. And Lennox goes, you don't mean nothing to me. you don't mean nothing to me. And then he goes, I'm going to knock you out. And Lennox goes, I'm going to knock you out. Goes, I'm going to knock you out. And Lennox goes, bring it. And then Bo's got people trying to, because you can tell Lennox is a warrior.
Yeah.
Lennox is a warrior. Because Lennox is just, positioning himself. And if Bo would have tried anything, which would have been a bad idea after probably a long fight, Lennox Express would have been a bad idea. Lennox would have get this smoke. Lennox was my favorite. Well, that's something we have in common then, because I rate Lennox as one of the best heavyweight boxers. Listen to this very carefully. Listen to this very carefully, people. I'm saying it out loud. I rate Lennox as one of the best heavyweights of all times. Disagree with me, Tommy? Have we lost Tommy?
No, I'm here. I was just messing around with my connection.
Yeah. Of all times, Cal L says 100%.
100%.
Shola Ibofin, undoubtedly.
Do you have the different definition between best and greatest? If you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, well, put it this way. I will say that Lennox Lewis, you can pick any heavyweight. I mean, it's unfair to go back in different eras, because we have different nutrition, different training methods, more scientific and whatnot. People are getting bigger. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? People are getting bigger, so it's kind of unfair to compare one generation of boxers to another generation of boxers. But I think you can put the best heavyweights. You could line them up of any era and put them against Lennox Lewis, and Lennox Lewis will be up there.
Oh yeah, there's no doubt about that.
Lennox Lewis will be. I never said he was the best of all time.
No. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying, there's an argument for saying you're the best, and an argument for saying that you're great.
Right. Yeah.
And to me, to be great means that you've had real adversity to get through, and that can or cannot include having defeat. No, it depends on how you want to look at what the defeat is. I don't want to get into any other arguments about any other particular boxer, if you know what I'm saying. But
I'll go further to cut you off, but don't forget what you're going to say. I'll go further. I say any great boxer has lost, apart from Marciano. But
oh yes,
I'll put a caveat in there. Marciano also on his list of victims was allegedly his brother. He had a boxing brother. And allegedly, one of his victims was his brother. And also, Marciano retired instead of fighting Muhammad Ali.
Well, he had that computer fight, if you remember that one.
Wow. Okay. I've heard about that. I don't know much about it, but yeah, I've heard about that. So I will say, pretty much every great boxer has lost. Probably more than once.
Yeah. Or even in the amateurs.
Yeah. And in the pro ranks.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but I put Lennox up there with, he's probably, after Muhammad Ali, he is up there. He's up there. I mean, I'd have to take time out to rank my heavyweights. I've never actually sat down with a pen and paper to do that. But Lennox is highly ranked, easily in the top 10 of all-time heavyweights, and up in the upper end of the heavyweights. He was incredible. I was a huge fan of Lennox Lewis. I loved his calculated style. I loved the way he worked behind his jabs. He was a complete heavyweight, absolutely complete, and a beast of a man. I remember one referee, a short guy whose name escapes me, who great boxers don't quit in the ring and come back. Who quit in the ring? Great, get this smoke. Who quit in the ring? Get this smoke. Who are you alluding to? Cal L says Lennox was boxing science personified. 100%. I loved his calm, calculated, top
measured.
15. Yeah, measured. I loved his measured approach. He was so cerebral. He was probably one of the most cerebral heavyweights I have ever seen. So cerebral.
Athletically, he was very gifted, because the way he rolled his torso over, especially when he's throwing the right hand or the right hook, there was just certain elegance to it that I haven't seen in any other boxer.
Oh, he was beautiful to watch. I enjoyed that technical aspect. I enjoyed the calc. So he got criticized. Somebody, Rendell Stevens, says, I don't believe Ruiz would beat Lennox. No way, no how. He would be kept on the end of the jab, and he would be pulverized.
Yeah.
Pulverized, beaten badly. He'd have to leave the ring in a neck brace. He'd have to leave the ring in a neck brace, if not a stretcher. No question in my mind, no doubt in my mind. And you touched on the athleticism, and I was going to touch on that with a referee, a short, little, skinny, little white, old white man. Didn't look too
referee. What fights?
I can't really remember offhand, but he didn't look too different to hello, my name is Shelly Finkel. If you can visualize a referee who looks a bit like Shelly Finkel, but maybe even smaller, that's the guy I'm talking about. And he said, I didn't realize
Shelly's cousin.
Yeah, Shelly's cousin. I didn't realize how big Lennox Lewis was until I was in there with him, and I didn't realize how hard he hit. Mike Tyson said, I think he was the chauffeur of Mike Tyson, who said that Mike Tyson had headaches for 2 weeks after the Lennox Lewis fight.
I'm not surprised. Mike Tyson, he was one tough son of a bitch that night.
Oh man, he
didn't quit in that fight. I don't care what anybody says. He did not quit. He fought until he was stopped.
Mike Tyson took one hell of a shakalacking. One hell of a shakalacking. I remember that fight very well because there was much talk between my friends. I was a Mike Tyson fan, but I was more of a Lennox Lewis fan because I loved his calculated, methodical approach. And the bulk of my friends were saying Mike Tyson was going to win. And I said, watch. Watch. Lennox Lewis is going to systematically dismantle Mike Tyson piece by piece, systematically. Red Glove Militant says,
"Oh, that's funny."
I know. Red Glove Militant says Lewis broke Tyson's back. Spinal. No S on there. Spinal. It's with a T. Spinal with a T.
My back is broken.
My back. It's spinal.
I forgot to do the list.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen. What's my favorite word? Shola, what's my favorite word? I don't know. What is that? What is that?
Yes.
Systematically? Is that it?
No, yes.
No, it could be systematically. Spinal.
Your favorite word?
Yeah. Spinal. It's not.
No, it's yes, Raph. It's yes.
Yes, it's got to be yes or systematic, but it's probably yes. I probably say yes. That's probably my favorite word, except in some awkward situations where I have to politely decline. Systematically. It's up there. Systematically. I love that word. I do love that word. Yeah, that's also my favorite phrase. That's one of my favorites.
Glove's got my new favorite phrase.
Yeah, it's one of my phrases. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. Anybody in here who, as we come to the end of a marathon show, what time do we start? What time do we start? About 5:09. I was late.
5:09.
Okay, so we coming up to like 15 minutes minus 3 hours. So
that's right,
like 2 hours 45. By the time we through, it'll be 2 hours 50. That's got to be my longest show yet. And as you know, as we come to the end of the show, what did I want to do? What did I want to say? Yeah, there are 50% of the items on my topic list still undiscussed. So this matter is not over. I think I came in here with a lot of doubters about the concussion. I feel that if those doubters from the video came over to here, some of which I know did, then it's a systematic dismantlement of the arguments that it's just bad sportsmanship in mentioning that the man highly likely got concussed in training. Everything points in that direction. I wouldn't have made the video if I didn't believe in it. Mm-hmm. I'm not a clickbaiter. I didn't make it just for the fun of it. I made it because I believed in it before the show, and I believe in it even more so. My belief has been strengthened by this interaction, not just with Tommy, but with also people in the chat. And I'm glad I didn't forget this, because this was a post. Yeah, it was a post, not a post. It was a comment left in the comment section of the video that I made entitled, if anybody hasn't seen it yet in here, I suggest after the show you head over to my videos, and the very last video I've done, or the one prior to this, was called Anthony Joshua suffered a concussion in training. I suggest you go over there. There was a lot of weeping, wailing, and gnashing of teeth by the naysayers and non-believers. By the naysayers and the non-believers. There were people getting angry with me for stating a considered point of view. Remember, I came to this conclusion before I heard the word. I came to this conclusion in the morning. I came home in the evening and found that this was a topic for discussion. People were already saying it. I came from it from my own powers of deduction. Okay, but a very important, would I say important? I would say it's important. I got to give a shout out to Sub Skrilla because he's the guy who wrote this piece, which is a comment in the comment section of my last video, the title of which I just mentioned. And he writes this, which is a great piece. I will read it. I'll proceed to read it. It's by Sub Skrilla. So please, no copyright issues, Sub Skrilla. Yeah, the thing is, first of all, John Eagles wrote this. You do realize, don't you? Oh, he's probably American. Yo, you do realize you do realize they get thoroughly checked by a doctor before they fight. No way would they be allowed to fight with a concussion. And I countered that myself, but Sub Skrilla countered very eloquently. And he wrote, yeah, the thing is, though, concussion is often very difficult to properly assess. And we see this across sports. Like recently, with Verton Hogan playing for Spurs. He got hit heavy. A medical team took several minutes to assess him before clearing him as fit and putting him back on the field. But he collapsed shortly thereafter. Karius in the final, a season prior. This takes nothing from Ruiz's spectacular performance, but anyone who's followed AJ's fights for a long time could see something was clearly very off before the opening bell. This is not an attempt to excuse his loss, fair and square, but ultimately there's real intrigue at what factored into such a strange pre-fight body language and the dialogue with his corner throughout the fight. Even before his first knockdown, he was talking confused and drunk to his trainer from round one. It was weird AF. So, yes, the YB American voice. Yes, so that was a marvelous piece written by. What do you think about that piece by Sub Skrilla, Tommy?
Am I mute? No, I'm not mute. Yeah, I think it is. It's very difficult to diagnose.
Yeah,
because all the symptoms might not be apparent. Exactly. I mean, they might come and go. You might feel half some of the time. The rest of the time, you might feel pretty shitty and all over the place.
Absolutely.
And even sticking a light in your eye is not always going to prove that you've got concussion.
100%, 100%. So I say that was a great post by Sub Skrilla. I like to give credit where credit is due. That was a great piece. That was a great piece. And so, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I want you. This is the final act. There's only 15 watching now, so it's not much of a cross reference. I should have done it when there was double that. But okay, the last exercise that I want you to go through is write in the chat whether you think Anthony Joshua had a concussion. Right, yes for yes and no for no, or you for unsure. Right, yes, no, or unsure. There's a time lag, so I don't see your responses straight away. First of all, I'll go over to Tommy. On the probability of evidence, what is your position?
I think it's highly likely he had a concussion before he went in.
Okay. So, whereas before you were less sure about it. You were.
Yes, I was.
But
what? Sorry, my reception's all over the place, Raph.
Oh, it's all right. Carry on, mate. Yeah.
I was going to say.
You were unsure.
What I do? Hold on one sec. I'm going to change back to. Give me 5 seconds just to do this, Raph.
No problem. People are populating the area with their responses.
All right, I'm back.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Yes. You
What
say.
I do in my head is I basically project in the future and try and visualize the outcome of the fight, and I look at both sides.
Yeah.
You know, if he does well or if he does badly again,
Yeah.
will basically validate one thing or another.
Right. But
So
in the meantime,
in the meantime, it's plausible. It's probable. I'm not taking anything away, but all I'm saying is the proof in the pudding will be in the rematch or his next fight.
yes.
Find out where he's at.
Yes. But my question is, if I may press you, my question is pertaining to the now. Pertaining to the now.
As I've said, yep, I'll go with a yes if you want a definite closed answer.
Well, yeah. I mean, you know, we're just trying to wrap it up. We're trying to get people's opinions. So we have to give our opinions also. So let's go back to the results. I hope everybody has participated in this impromptu poll, and I shall start to read the results. Where do they start from? Where do I start from? Where do I begin? Where do I begin? Where I'm scrolling down. Okay, I think the first answer came from Cal L, and he says yes. I believe he was concussed. Red Gov Militant. I'm one of the 15. I'm one that matters. So that's not an answer. Maybe he gives an answer later down. So we've got a yes. Get this smoke undecided. Expectedly. J Legend. I don't know if I've mentioned you. Thank you for coming in here, J Legend. I think you're one of the guys from over the other side, but still, that's cool. You stuck to the bitter end. So that's appreciated. I hope you've smashed the like button. So we've got a yes from Cal L. Get the smoke says undecided. J Legend, undecided. God of War, no, until it's proven. Okay. Peds is in the building. Peds says yes. Toby Bartlett, yes. Shola Ibofin agreed. He was sounding concussive. Red Glove Militant, he probably had a concussion. Yeah, that's all I need, Red Glove Militant. You give me a lot of extras. I just need a yes or no or undecided. That seems like a probably means a yes. I'll take that as a yes. God of War. AJ with Banks, Klitschko, GG would be a very clean team. Okay. Right. Where are we? Bro, I never leave. I just listen. Much appreciated, Ped. So I think I'm going to have to count these out. So I'm going to have to count these out without the use of pen and paper. Yes is a 1. Red Gov. I'm going to count the yeses first. 2 yeses, 3 yeses, 4 yeses, 5 yeses. TommyTemper's a yes. I'm a yes. That's 5. That's 6. That's 7. I'm going to the undecided. So 1 no. 7 yeses, 1 no. 1, 2, and 2 undecided. So, ladies and gentlemen, in this impromptu poll, 70% of people believe that AJ was concussed. That's 70%. That's not bad. I'm going to go over and see what happened to the video after this.
Probably blown up.
It's probably blown up. A lot of haterade probably poured out over there. A lot of haterade. But yes, Red Glove Militant in the building. Thank you for attending. Hope you smashed all of the relevant buttons. Ped, I know you've smashed all of the relevant buttons. Rend, oh, we got another yes. That's 70. That's got to be like taking it over the 70% mark. Shall we ring BFTB to see what he thinks? Boy, I'm tempted to go head straight over there, but I'm not going to. He must be high as a kite right now. High as a kite. He's got to be high on that haterade. High. I don't think I can crystal him right now. Come crystal meth. Red Glove Militant in the house. Toby Bartlett. Good luck with that, Raphael. J Legends. AJ's dad needs to come out and say it. I don't know. There's privacy. There's privacy. If anybody's going to say it's got to be Anthony Joshua. You know, you can't break ranks in this when you want to, when you decide to. You know, it's a ring of trust. You can't break the ring of trust. God of War says Christmas came early for AJ's haters. Oh my Lord. Oh my Lord. Well, that just makes all, like I said before, all the greats took classes. I'm going to get more deeper. This is just one element. There's 50% of subject related topic matter that I didn't manage to get through. Very entertaining show. God of War. This is a final roll call. Anybody who's in the house, I want you to just say something at the end, say good night or whatever, so that when I scroll back down, I can make sure I've got everybody who's still currently here. Okay, we're starting off with God of War in the building. Good night. Jay Legends, Toby Bartlett, Red Glove Militant, Rendell Stevenson is a new subscriber, just subscribed a couple of days ago. Much appreciated. Your attendance is much appreciated. And everyone appreciated, everyone who has attended, smash that like button, commented. That is much appreciated. We're growing. Whether you're lovers or haters, I think people have conducted themselves from what I can see. I'm going to have to go back through the chat later. People have conducted themselves in a very respectable manner. That's much appreciated, both the lovers and the haters. Ped in the building. TommyTemper, of course. God of War. Shola Ibofin. Toby Bartlett. Cal L. How could I forget Cal L? He's a new subscriber, much valued member. Some great points he made. Jay Legends is in the building. Shola Ibofin. Some new names I haven't. Get This Smoke was here. I hope he didn't act too crazy. I don't know. I was distracted. Who Rendell Steven I've mentioned, Shola Ibofin I've mentioned, Toby Bartlett. Who else? Who is it?
Hit the like button, guys.
Yeah, make sure you smash that like button, folks. I'm sure most of you have, but there's always one. There is always one. Cali 420. Hey, are you upset because of AJ? Almost everyone upset over that dude. Wasn't even American. I don't know what to make of that statement, Cali. You have to come back in next time and clarify. Yes, Cali 420. Good to have you in here. John Daly, big in the building. Who else? Who is it? Where are they? Johnny Blaze 33 stopped in. Much appreciated. I'm still scrolling up. I tried to
48 likes. That's brilliant.
49 now. Somebody's guilty conscience just kicked in. They said, let me smash this. The guilty conscience kicked in. I'm just joking. I appreciate that. Really want to get it up to 50.
Go on, guilt them a bit more.
I really want to get it up to 50. Loma King was in the building, of course. Always loyal subscriber, has his own point of view, expresses it. Bitcoin Boxing was in the building. At that point, he says, Fanny, I don't know why. I don't know what the chat was going on. Was there Supernaturals? Come on, guys. We want to get 50. Was in the building. Joe 56984 was in the building. We want to get that 50 likes. Guys. If there's anybody who hasn't done it, come on through. E3 Entertainment Limited was in the building for the first time, I believe. Aaron Mason in the building. Come on, we're going through. God of War. Come on, we're going through. There is still time to hit that like button. Anyone who has not done so, we are not over. We're still doing the roll call.
One more.
150. We've reached the magical 50. I don't know who did that, but you shall be blessed. You shall be blessed in the afterlife, my friend. If not now, hopefully you get your blessings now. Marty Fieldman. How could I forget? Toby Bartlett, John Dealey, El Cal, Joe. We're still scrolling. The chat was extremely active. I don't think I've ever had to scroll this much ever before. I'm still scrolling, not there. That we got time for 51. Do we have time for 51, TommyTemper?
Yeah, of course we do.
We have time for 51. It has been confirmed by TommyTemper that we have time for one soul, one more soul to hit that like button. I'm still scrolling. That's how active the chat was. Toby Bartlett, Bitcoin, God of War. We still got time for that one more. We're going for the record. We're going for that record. We do have time for that one person who has not hit that like button yet. Who has that one person out there? You know who you are. You know who you are. You have not hit the like button. You have come in. You have enjoyed the show. You have enjoyed. Clement Itumi was in the building. You know, there's one person out there who enjoyed the show and didn't hit the like button. There is one person out there who enjoyed the show and didn't hit that like button. And I'm still scrolling. I am still scrolling. Oh, I've stopped scrolling. I've got to the very top. 51. TommyTemper. We have 51. That is incredible. And we've reached, I've stopped scrolling now. I've got to the very, very, very top. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to show my appreciation to TommyTemper for jumping on. Much appreciated. It was, as Shola Ibofin said, an awesome show. I'm getting less nervous at these things.
Thank you very much, Raph.
You're most welcome. TommyTemper has his own channel. You know, I have a little schmooze over there, some very entertaining stuff. It was good to join me. As you know, Shola Ibofin says awesome. Toby Bartlett says get him feeling guilty. I must use that technique more often. Cal L says Raphael and Tommy, big respects. Fantastic show. I must say, normally I just chill out afterwards and I think, yeah, that was good. That was nice. But before I've even signed off, I can say I am very comfortable. I am very comfortable with this show. It started off with a lot of controversy. There's a lot of people coming after my neck. I know that from the previous video. Go and check it out. I'm sure there's a lot of hate. I'm sure there's a lot of hate out there.
Bring on the haters.
You know, because when I go over to the video, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of hate. So I knew there was people coming in here. I told them to come in here. I just released a video just prior to this show. So I said, hey, there's a live show. Come and air your grievances. Come on over. So I knew there was people coming for my neck. But it didn't matter. It really didn't matter because you see this, folks? Let me show you something now. It's going to take a few seconds for it to register. It's a few seconds for me to see. That's my topic sheet. Yeah? So a lot of people come in without their topic sheets, and that's all good. That's all good. That is all good. Heavyweight champion of the world. So that's all good, but I do my preparation, ladies and gentlemen. I do my preparation for those who aim to come for my neck. They will find that I am very, very prepared. Fail to prepare, prepare to fail. I do my preparation. And once again, I must thank TommyTemper for joining me. I've had lots of guests on. Thank you very much, Raph. Yeah, most definitely. Lots of guests on. I had guests yesterday, guests the day before. It was very important to me. AJ looked disengaged 100%. It was very important to me. Prepared, never scared. 100 Cal L. That is me. That should be my motto. I needed a medallion that says that. Prepared, never scared. F that. F fear. So what was I gonna say? Yeah. AJ disengaged 100%. Nick Diaz of the UFCs. Glad for you. Glad to have you here. Happy that you joined us. Got to have me as a guest one day. Red Glove Militant, I don't know who you are, my friend. You're going to have to start posting in the videos, posting in the live chats. I will get a feed. My first impression of you when I saw you in the first video was you and Tommy trolling each other. Yeah. So that was my first impression of you over the period of
Red's a good guy, Raph.
Over a period of time. When I see you in the chat, I will be able to get a feeling for where your head's at. I'll be able to get a feeling for where your head's at, my good friend.
He has some good material as well.
Yeah, so I'll get a feeling for that, and Tommy will know. Tommy knows. Tommy knows I'm not one to just invite people on willy-nilly. I get a feeling for them, and then I get a feeling for where their head's at. Once I get a feeling for where their head's at, then yeah, I can say, even if you have opposing views to me, then that's still cool. That's still cool. You know, I don't mind a person having opposing views to me. That's still perfectly cool. But they've got to have a point of view, rationale. Thank you. That's the word I was looking for, rationale. You know. So I like that word. That's one of my other favorite words. I forgot what my other favorite word was. Nick Diaz, fighters from Cali don't mess around.
Is your other favorite word objectivity?
Do I use that a lot?
No, is that one of your? Well,
I don't know. You see, a person doesn't know their own favorite words. It's other people who knows their favorite words for them. Do you see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's a question of what you hear a person saying. You don't really hear yourself saying these words. It's other people who hear them. Systematic, apparently.
Oh, yeah.
Systematic is one of my top words. I love that. I love that word. I love systematic fighters. Hence why Lennox Lewis is right up there at the top, one of the top guys on my list. But guys, what time is it now? Okay, we've done the 3 hour. We've cracked the 3 hour, 10-minute mark. We've gone 3 hours, 16 minutes minus about 4. Okay, I'm on at 4. So what's that? That's 3 hour, 12 mark. We wasn't going for that. Wasn't going for that. I was going for the standard 1.5 hours with the half an hour overtime. But we've bust through that with a highly entertaining show. I know it's entertaining because I myself am entertained. So when I'm pleased, I know that you guys will be very happy with the show. And we've done the roll call. So all that's left for me to say, I'm just comfortable. I'm so comfortable. I've had a busy day. I was dog-tired when I came on, and now I'm fresh as a daisy. I could go again. I could start another one. But, you know, everybody's got their mornings. Everybody's got work to go to, as do I. Although I might pump out another video after this. I'm saying that now, but I probably won't because I'm too mellow. I'm in a mellow frame of mind. So, Tommy, if you want to say your final goodbyes?
Yeah, just thanks for having me on the show, Raph. It's been a blast, and yeah, if anytime you want to do it again, just let me know.
Most definitely. I've always got Tommy there. Tommy's always in the chat there doing his whole monitoring, and of course, sometimes I pull him in, and say, "Yeah, jump on Tommy, boy, jump on Tommy gun." Okay, guys, we've said our goodbyes. It's been a highly entertaining show. And what is there else to say? Half of the topics are still left undone.
To be continued.
To be continued. So Wednesday, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 9 p.m. 52 likes.
Damn.
52 likes. Damn. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 9 p.m. UK time. Much respect to Tommy for jumping on. Much respect to you guys for jumping in and listening. Controversial topic. There was a lot of haters lurking, but you know, we do what we do. We do what we do. This is Raphael Dawkins, Combat Radio. Much appreciation for everybody. Like, subscribe, check out the videos, comment, share. This is Live Boxing Talk with Raphie, and this is how we do it.
Peace out, guys.
Blessed, everyone.